Cold pizza. I don't reheat pizza.
And that's your opening thought tonight.
Well, this pizza is stuffed crust.
I don't know why I bother counting down or warning people. They're just going to keep talking with whatever when I push the live button. That's half the fun.
Yep.
I think they do it
You're
on
a
purpose.
professional. Well, okay,
I mean,
I'm
did
not a
you-
professional, so you
Did,
can't
did,
expect
did,
professional
did you
behavior.
did you want a slice?
Nom 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 nom. Thank you. Third tier so generous.
So good evening and welcome. We are in our third episode of Dragon Heist from the Waterdeep Adventure. My name is Rob, aka Lantern Noir. I use pronouns he, him, and I am going to be doing all the stuff that the four amazing people I brought together to play D&D tonight don't have to do, which sounds like a lot, but it's not really. It's mostly just making up crap as we go along. Speaking of making up crap as they go along, I'm going to turn the first round of introductions to an amazing individual who doesn't just make crap up, she makes art. So our first introduction tonight, I'm going to toss over to Danae Keener of DanaeKeener.com. Oh, come on.
Hi, everybody.
I prepped you for this. I even said art.
There's more than one person who does art here. Hi, everybody. I'm Wings, also known as Danae Keener. I'm going to be she, her pronouns. I'm going to be playing as Ms. Hatchet, who is a human cleric.
Yep, and then we'll go around to Momo.
Hello, my name is Momo, she, her pronouns, and I am playing as Annalena, who is a little bit of an airhead fighter human character that is probably going to get her group into trouble again.
Because that never happens.
Yeah.
You have yet to put us in trouble.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true.
And then we take up to Liz.
I'm Liz. I am playing Lorelai, half-elf entertainer who is very excited with our prospects for this lovely establishment that we've inherited.
And last but not least, third tier.
Hi, I'm third tier Mike. I go by he, him pronouns, but my character is she, her. I am playing an elven artificer, engineer extraordinaire. You need it fixed, blown up, whatever. I'm your gal.
All
Unless
right.
you distract me with something.
Look, shiny. Okay, so by way of recap, so we're all sure that we did the same thing at the same time, the same way. Each of the four characters was individually, for whatever reason, drawn to the yawning portal of Waterdeep, a tavern known for the fact that it resides above a shaft that leads directly down to the dungeon referred to as the Undermountain, created by the Mad Mage, and is a constantly changing source of chaos and adventure, where adventurers seek out treasure and most often don't return. Having been in the tavern when it was attacked by a troll, the party was pulled together by Volo of Volo's Guide to Monsters to go looking for a lost friend of his, which led to quite the caper as you investigated first a warehouse where Floon had been taken, only to find out that Floon had been mistaken for Rainier Neverember, the son of the once famous former open lord of Waterdeep, rumored to have embezzled thousands upon thousands of gold pieces from the city. That then led to an effort to recover Floon himself, who you were actually tasked to get, wherein you found your way through a dungeon, you found Floon, you got him out of the hands of the Xanathar? Was it Xanathar or the Zents? I get him confused.
You said Xanathar, I believe.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I think Xanathar.
I would have been
There was a
way
squid
more
face
upset
man.
with the Zents.
This is true. There was a squid-faced man that you did not have to fight because he left before you had to fight him. You did have to fight his pet brain that was left behind.
I mean, we would probably be able to tell who they belong to had I not blown their heads off.
Does it matter?
Water under the bridge. And by the way, Willie, thank you for adding 3 full pages to the Book of Fate. And Azteki has added another 3 full pages. So
Good, we might need that.
yes. Apparently, when you ask people in Discord, you're not too attached to your characters, right? This makes them really nervous for what it is you have just planned.
Oh, goody.
Right. But
Reassuring.
you got flown back. You met up with Volo at the Yawning Portal. Prepared to receive your gold pieces. You were supposed to be paid 100 for the job, and instead he deeded you Troll Skull Manor, a tavern and inn located in the ward of Waterdeep. This seemed like an amazing deal until you got to it and realized that the top 2 floors are completely burned to cinders, and the place appears to be haunted by some particular ghost. Too exhausted to deal with it, you wandered off to the next nearest place that would rent a bed and crashed. And that, I believe, unless I'm mistaken, puts us where we are right now. Did I miss anything?
No, that pretty much sums it up.
Yep, that's about it.
Okay, so from a paperwork point of view, everyone leveled the 2nd level successfully.
Woo.
Took their new spells. He asked as he glances over everyone's character sheets.
I don't think I get anything new.
I don't think you do either. I'm just double checking one more before I walk away from it.
I believe
I get a cunning action.
Okay, yes.
Goody.
Yeah, I've got my infusions sorted out, and
Yay.
I got another prepared spell.
Sweet. Cool beans. Cool beans. And the fighter just gets to kill things better. Fighters are fun that way. Okay. So I believe we're ready to get started. Unless there's something I'm missing.
Oh, I think we're good.
Okay.
I mean,
Yep.
so to speak.
Okay. You make your way down the stairs the morning after your adventures, still somewhat confused as to what exactly has happened. The last 24 hours have been chock full of events, misdirections, interactions, and part of you can't shake the idea a double cross on behalf of one particular book's author.
Oh, yeah.
But as Miss Hatchet did make very clear, property can be worth quite a bit of money in Waterdeep, even if it's not good property. So perhaps you'll still come out ahead. The first things you smell as you come down the stairs are the wafting scent of sizzling bacon, frying potatoes, and what you think may be some form of coffee.
Food makes everything better.
Indeed. There is the gentleman who checked you in last night is not present, but a young woman is happy to set you at a table and ensure that you have whatever you need from the breakfast selections, as that is included as part of your night's rent on the room.
Great.
She will take a quick...
Wait,
Nice.
who are the owners of the tavern?
There was a gentleman who checked you in last night, and it's probably his middle daughter is dealing with you this morning.
What race are they?
Human.
Okay.
How far is this from the tavern that we have inherited?
This inn is down and around the corner.
Alright.
Potential competition if you decide to reopen as an inn rather than simply a mead hall or a tap room and, well, whatever you want to do with the upstairs. I mean, if you turn that into an inn and rent the rooms, yeah, they might be competition. If you reopen it as a brothel, probably not. If you decide to live in it, yeah.
There's a thought. Okay. I would like to talk to when our server brings food.
Mm-hmm.
I'll inquire. Do you Are you familiar with the burnt down, what's it called? Troll Skull Manor around the corner?
Give me 1 second to look one thing up on my notes, and I can answer that. She is familiar with it.
Do you know what the previous owner was?
That's a great name. Hold on. I'm adding something to my notes here because I figured more would happen before we got to this. So I just need to update my notes now.
Sorry.
No problem. Let's see. Okay, cool. The young woman puts down the trays of your food and a wooden pitcher with the coffee in it. Yes. Troll Skull Manor. That was, what was her name? It's been some time. Sophia. Sophia Starcrossed, I believe she went by.
You say has it been burnt down like this for some time? Is that when she left, or?
I believe the fire was 2 years ago now.
My goodness. Do you know if she's still in town?
No, she died in the fire.
Oh, great. Okay. Is she by any chance the ghost that's residing in said tavern?
I
Have you?
wasn't aware it's haunted.
Well, maybe just a little bit. She seems friendly, though. I think it's fine. It's fine.
Don't lie.
No, I really think it's fine. I think we're going to come to an agreement. It's going to be great. We're thinking of reopening the place. Don't worry, not as an inn, just for entertainment purposes.
I just want a fighting ring.
I think that's a brilliant idea. Right? That falls under the realm of entertainment. And what better to have in the basement of our other planner hellscape than a fighting pit? See, we got a theme going. It's going to be a theme.
I'm going to go check the bacon to make sure it's not burned.
Great.
And she backs away
Give her an
very
extra
slowly.
coin. I'm going to give her an extra coin to, thanks for your information.
And then
We're just trying to figure out what to do with this place. Fortunately, I don't know. We inherited it. We're trying to figure out what to do with it. So bear with us while we try to figure these things out. No real demons or anything like that involved. It's all for show. Flip the coin over my fingers, do a little magic trick thing for show.
That was real smooth, Lorelai.
Well, I don't hear you talking.
Sips coffee.
Shoving bacon in my face.
Oh, for God's sakes. You're all such stick in the muds.
I think we broke third.
Artificer's having fun. Steve, he's with me. You're with me, right? Come on.
We're less than 20 minutes in.
And we broke them.
What? What did I do?
I told you we can't kill Lorelai. She's hilarious.
You enjoy your breakfast in relative peace. It's about probably 4 or 5 hours after sunup. And a gentleman enters into the Heart and Crown.
Perfect.
He's dressed in a doublet, middle class-ish, breeches. Probably does not fight, but could maybe throw a punch if he had to. He's got a valise under his arm, and he scans the room quickly. And
God, this smells of a lawyer.
spots your table and immediately starts to shuffle in your direction.
Lena,
Yeah, but it's
that
not
guy looks
pleasant
like he
to look-
wants to fight.
Ugh.
Womp! Ah, bacon on my face.
Oh.
Miss Hatchet, I think this is you. This is all you. You can read, right? I can't read. If I could, I wouldn't admit it.
Sorry. Oh, that tickled me. Do I recognize this person? Would I happen to know him?
How deep are you into Waterdavian bureaucracy?
Hatchet strikes me as the kind of person who like rubs elbows like with the underbelly and like the bureaucrats alike. Just it's a possibility,
All right.
but
Give me
it's not a guarantee.
Give me an int check. Unless you think there's a relevant skill. There's no skill in the book for bureaucratic maneuvering. Which Star Wars the RPG has one.
How about charisma?
To remember who he is?
Well, to have connections enough to know him.
I'll allow it.
That is
You wanted that plus
a
1.
9.
Yep. He looks like middle management and probably not even someone you'd want to know.
Oh.
Mm.
Can I try just from being an entertainer in town that I might have picked up this information?
You can give me the int version of that.
That's what I figured.
Just for giggles. I mean, he's practically reaching for a business card, but let's see what you guys know ahead of time.
Oh. Yeah, well. Oh, what the?
I mean, can I go ahead and roll an insight check?
I am failing to roll on whatever page I'm at. I'm so sorry. I must be on the wrong.
And we're doing this now so we get the glitches with rolling dice out of the way.
I'm gonna do that thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna
where,
log
like,
off this page and try again because it's not letting me do anything.
Okay.
Yeah, I had that issue last time as well, so I might just need to refresh or something. I don't know.
Oops.
I'm gonna do that thing that you do.
Just go
when
ahead. It's on.
You see somebody on the street and you think that they're going to try and sell you something. And
Right.
you're going to like not make eye contact with him.
Very reasonable.
I guess I'm gonna roll insight to see if he wants to sell us something. It sounds like somebody's trying to sell me something.
He's got like the deed for. How?
Like if he really
There
needs
I
our
go.
attention, he'll find a way to
Okay,
get it.
16.
I rolled a 17.
There they pop. Okay, he's not here to sell you anything. He does not like dice glitch. It gives us a chance to kind of, get all of our heads in the right space. He's I can say with that insight check, he is definitely not here. He actually looks mildly uncomfortable. Usually when a salesman approaches a group, they've got that air of, I am going to give you a deal. He has more of the, I have to have a slightly uncomfortable conversation.
Excellent. I'm gonna pull out my lyre and be like, dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
With a 16, you would probably recognize him from having, you would have seen his face around some of the taverns near the inner city where most of the bureaucrats take lunch.
Okay.
He probably has not been this far from his office in a while.
He's a
Fun.
building inspector.
I think he's a lawyer with our deed. Want to bet? Who's got some money
Well,
put out?
I thought we had the tiefling lawyer with our deed.
Oh, I don't know.
No, Annika?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's the one that handled signing. She's the one that witnessed your
Oh, darn.
witnessed the purchase and said that she would file the paperwork in the morning.
Darn it, you're right. So he must be here about some sort of ordinance or something.
He eventually comes over to your table. Excuse me, I'm looking for the new owners of Skullkeep Manor.
Dun 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 dun. Point at Miss Hatchet. Dun 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 dun.
Have I found them?
Also point at Miss Hatchet.
Lillian just off in her own little world at the moment.
Dun 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 dun.
A lot of pointing fingers. You're making our new friend nervous. Yes, we are the proprietors of Troll Skull Keep.
Oh, excellent. The paperwork was indeed filed correctly. So this would be, let's see, I believe your gnome Nom de guerre is Ms. Hatchet.
Let me see that. And she like checks the paperwork to make sure that it's the the correct name. And like
Company name.
like on the paperwork it says Ruslana Hatchet.
If that's what you put last night, that's what it says.
That would be correct.
And it has everyone's names listed. You spot at the top of it, there's a very large print that's been stamped on the page that says WADDAT with some curls around it. He's like, yes. Oh, good. I'm glad I found the right people.
Sorry, WADDAT?
Yeah.
What dat?
What that? Yes, my name is...
Wrote that down, but did not realize what it said.
What dat?
Sorry, carry on.
My name is Silas Quillman. I am here as a representative of the WADAT, the Waterdeep Department of Deeds and Titles.
I see.
And I will need you, and he pulls out his release, puts down another parchment, each of you to make your mark to verify that we've had this meeting this morning.
What is this meeting regarding?
Well, there are some things about the transfer of the title we have to go over, but first you need to verify that we're having this meeting.
No, first you need to tell me what's going on.
Oh, okay. And he immediately then turns to Adelina. Would you please make your mark to verify that I am meeting with you this morning?
I look at Lorelai. I look at Ms. Hatchet. My hands are covered in bacon.
Oh,
I have to
excellent.
wait a
Just
minute.
press your finger right here on the line next to your name.
I'm just no. Wait, you can't verify something that hasn't happened because we are technically not in a meeting right now. You are simply just sitting here.
Look at that brain
accompanying
power,
us.
that beautiful warrior right there. Look at her go. Yeah, you're right.
So technically we must have a meeting of a specific subject first
Kerthump.
before we are signing things.
He sets his valise on the table, flips it open, shuffle. And he pulls out a parchment, and he turns, and this diminutive woman steps out from behind him that you had not noticed, as she's only about a third of his size. She's dressed in robes, in particular black with white and gold trim. And she comes over and looks it over, and he looks at her and goes, would you please do me the favor of acknowledging in this document that I am present, as are the proprietors of the Skullkeep Manor, and that you are witness to said meeting? The woman sighs, takes the parchment,
You weren't even going to ask Lillian to sign it.
signs the document. And then he takes the document, rolls it up, tucks it in his valise, closes it. I had hoped this would not be nearly as awkward as we are making it. Now, we have confirmation you have indeed taken ownership of Trollkeep Manor.
Then what do you need?
Yes.
Excellent. Then, as a representative of WADAT, the Waterdeep Department of Deeds and Titles, it is my duty to inform you and be sure that you are clearly educated upon the applicable section of the Waterdeep Charter and Code Civil, in particular, Section 6, Paragraph 3.
Hatchet pulls out some reading glasses.
The particular elements are relevant to our moment, to this moment meeting. Upon transfer of deed for any property within city walls and under jurisdiction thereof, the owner shall have until the second sunrise after said transfer to certify that the property is free of spirits, hosts, banshees, or other potentially malevolent non-corporeal entities.
Or
Well, failure to certify said property will result in a repossession of that property to the relevant entities within the city and then be transferred to common ownership, upon which time that repossession shall lead to all structures to be removed by appropriate guilds as needed and the property converted into a combination graveyard and green space.
what if we want to keep the ghost?
Well, that's not an option
Why not?
because the Waterdeep Charter and Code Civil states in Section 6, Paragraph 3 that And again, if I may, you must certify that the property is free of spirits, hosts, banshees, or other potentially malevolent non-corporeal entities.
But if the ghost isn't malevolent, then that would not apply.
Are you going to attempt to certify now that it is free of potentially malevolent non-corporeal entities?
Not at the moment.
Okay.
Shortly, though. We need to have a discussion with our colleagues before we sign anything. Because obviously, we have to have a common agreement before we can put anything to paper individually.
Well, please don't understand. I'm not here to take your property away. I'm simply here to ensure that you are informed of the Waterdeep Charter and Code Civil so that you do not find yourselves in violation of it, at which time you will be unable to act.
Thank you. That's lovely. So let me clarify one more time. If said spirit is not malevolent, then this would not apply. Is this correct?
I don't believe it is. The purpose of the charter, the intent behind the law, which granted, when in legal matters, we tend to follow the letter of the law as written within the contract, but the spirit is often very important in negotiations with any justice of the peace, is to ensure that people aren't maintaining haunted houses.
Unless they're not malevolent.
Well, no, because that's not really a haunting. That's just...
A visitation, perhaps?
Can't control those.
Lovely. Thank you.
Now, if you would like, we can cut all the red tape right now.
And?
Well, I have with me Felice Weiss. She is a representative of the UAW. She will be happy to go over to the house and ensure that it is absolutely free of any entities which do not belong for a small fee to said UAW, in which case you'll be free of this.
We have 2 days?
The second sunrise after the transfer of ownership.
So tomorrow morning.
Yes.
Excellent. We'll contact you by then.
Very good then. Would you like to now sign this form? Verifying the conclusion of our meeting, or do I once again simply have to have Miss Weiss notarize that she was present for the end of such meeting?
That would be easier than all of us signing it, wouldn't it?
I smudge my grease bacon finger on the line, and I return to whatever.
I play a tune.
He turns to the halfling, who makes her mark on a page and sighs heavily. I'm not getting paid for this job, am I?
Thank you for your help, truly, sir.
And then
my character is laughing and playing a happy little tune.
He collects his valise and shuffles out, and the halfling shuffles along behind him.
The poor man.
Wait, what did I miss?
We have to make sure the ghost
Don't
is a
worry about
happy
it.
ghost by tomorrow morning, or kick her out.
Oh, you're talking about like the no malevolent spirit ordinance that exists in this town, don't you?
Yes, look at you go. You're so smart.
Oh yeah, I probably should have mentioned that yesterday.
Who has thoughts about the ghost? Anybody know anything about ghosts?
Well, until today, or yesterday, rather, I was quite skeptical about the existence of spirits, but evidently there is legislation regarding said spirits. So
Aren't you a cleric type? You don't know anything about spirits?
I did some studying last night, and I may have a trick or two up my sleeve.
Do we think it would be worth my while to find something about this Sophia Star-Crossed? So we know something about the person who was the ghost, who is the ghost? How does that work?
I think that'd be a wise decision.
All right, I can work on that as soon as we finish this bacon. Wipe my fingers carefully so I don't mar my strings, with the bacon grease, but definitely we need bacon.
All right. You have a chance to eat. The girl who's working brings out a warming for your coffee pot
Lovely.
and asks if you need anything else.
You know, are there any known relations or friends of this Sophia Starcross that might be in town? I'd like to consult them about the final disposition of her property.
Oh, no, when it burned, it closed. But we did. Oh, what was her name? There was a woman, a dwarven, that we employed here for a few weeks after the fire. I can go wake my father and ask. But we hired her as a bouncer for some time. And she...
Well,
Oh, miss, before you go, can I get a to-go cup?
to go.
And then she fritters off. She shuffles back and puts down a ceramic mug next to the pitcher for you. It'll be included in the cost of the room. Oh, and Father said it was Grafana Ice Tank. She worked with us for, I think she was a bouncer here for about a month after the fire. Father felt so terrible that she lost her job. She's a very talented soldier, but she tended to break a lot of noses.
I like her.
Sometimes a more delicate hand is needed in the evening because people with broken noses don't usually come back to drink more the next night.
Unless she was working in a fighting pit, right? So maybe we need to hire her.
But Father believes that she took on with the town watch, the city watch from here. So that would probably be where you might be able to find her.
Thank you so much. You've been so helpful. I give her another coin.
She curtsies and smiles and then heads back into the kitchen.
Oh, crap. I should have asked for more sugar for my coffee.
Well, what do we think? Shall I be off to investigate the town watch and Madam Ice Tank?
Yeah, definitely. I would sure like to meet this person.
You'd like to come along? I feel she would respect you far more than myself. Being a fighter and a dwarf.
Oh, she's a dwarf.
Yeah, we should go ahead and go seek her out.
Would we be comfortable offering her a job in our future establishment? Are we all good with the fighting pit idea? In the basement?
I think we're
as long as
to the idea.
as long as I get to build it.
And perhaps we could offer her a job as a bouncer, which might be more to her liking. Considering the rules of the watch and such might not be so desirable, that might encourage her to be more forthcoming.
Well, let's see what we're working with first.
Yep. Let's away.
Well, I know the easiest way to find the watch, but it probably is not the best idea.
You could just walk down to the nearest watch station.
But starting a brawl is so much more fun. But
You
it
do
really
agree with
Your
that.
cat does not agree. That look is one of saying, Mom, no, you
She
don't
is, in
need to
fact,
do that.
currently clawing my arm. So perhaps, okay, fine. Watch station it is. Let's go hike down to the watch station.
You head that down the street. Is everyone, what are the other two of you doing while, God help us?
I mean, you're welcome along, but I just didn't know if you had other plans. I didn't.
I'm tagging along.
This person's a dwarf, and I get along very well with dwarves.
Oh,
I like
very
dwarves.
good.
3 out
Did
of
you speak
4?
to-
I mean, we should probably, Hatchet would tag along just to see.
See how much of a disaster this turns into?
Essentially.
I mean,
Excellent.
Hatchet is essentially the manager of this establishment.
It's a parade. I play like the Pied Piper and skip down the street.
Well, the plan right now is to just kind of quietly watch and get a read on this person and see if, in fact, we do want her to be working at the tavern.
Ugh. Interview the employees before hiring them? Ugh. Okay, maybe it's a good idea.
Cutscene. I'm going to speak for one of the characters because I think it fits for where the cutscene blends into. We have a close-up of Lorelai with a look of shock and horror as she goes, "What do you mean killed in the line of duty?"
Wait, what?
The camera pans back as the four of you are standing with the captain of the watch, who has come in for a inspection and has taken the opportunity to meet with you himself. He's continued to speak to you through his lieutenant as he signs and she translates. And they have confirmed, yes, Burfana Ice Tank did join the City Watch. And unfortunately, 3 weeks ago was killed while breaking up a fight between the Zents and the Xanathar gang.
Stupid Zents ruin everything. That's awful. I'm so sorry for your loss. Was
Shame.
she was a particular friend with that we might talk to?
He looks quizzically and motions with his hands. Lieutenant says, "Is there a particular reason you're asking after her?"
We're looking for people who were connected to the Troll Skull Manor, and we're interested in perhaps rehiring some of the people who lost their positions there when the disaster befell.
He shakes his head and continues to sign. The place was a brothel. Most of the people who work there are scattered. We don't have time to keep track of such things. Good luck on your endeavors. Good day.
Thank you for your time.
And then he turns and walks off.
That didn't go very well.
The lieutenant lingers a moment. You might check out the Sword and Plowshares. It's a couple blocks down from here. If you ask for Colm, you might be able to get some more information. And tell him Siobhan said hi.
Oh.
And then she hustles off after the captain.
All right. I'll have to remember to find her later and give her a little bit of a reward. Okay. Are we off?
Yep.
Here we go. Sword and Plowshares. Who knows where that is? Ms. Hatchet.
Does Ms. Hatchet know where the Sword and Plowshares is?
It won't be hard to find. You have rough directions, and after walking about a block and a half, you come around the corner to see a shingle hanging out over the road with a sword and a pair of plowshares up on it, and the familiar smell of a smithy operating.
Lillian is very excited.
All right. Walk in. What do we see?
It is you pass through the entrance, which is all bricked up, cobblestone stacked, and you can see the forge towards a short distance back. There's a collection of weapons. There's some farming implements, lengths of chain recently set, and a fairly handsome, well-built gentleman steps over from where he's been hammering on something to greet you. Your company in need of some kind of something in particular? We don't have anything in the ways of armors, I'm afraid.
Well then.
What is the race of this gentleman?
Very human, very broad-shouldered.
Hello there.
How well crafted are the items in the store?
They're not bad. They don't jump out at you as masterworks.
Hmm.
Are you sure you couldn't be persuaded to make me some armor?
Oh, I would never
Custom
work.
work.
I would never work above my station. I'm still apprenticing. Now the master, he might be interested in taking on that kind of work, I suppose, but he hasn't crafted armor in years. Trade's too good on the more mundane items. But I did get some work on some daggers and such, and he can pound out a sword in a couple of days if there's something in particular you would want.
Well, I'd like for you to show me your work.
Wait, no. What? No, this wasn't what we were here for.
Are you kidding? Look at him. Shh. What have you got there? Put my hand on his arm, get him to show me what he's got there.
Yeah,
You know,
Lorelai,
'cause-
he's not even that great of a blacksmith.
Hatchet's gonna tap her staff on the floor to get her attention, and she's just gonna kind of hiss, "We have
What?
until sunrise."
So what does your name happen to be, tall and handsome?
He almost seems to blush at that. Colm,
At his chest.
is there, madam, please?
Oh,
And he actually pushes your hand back. Those days are
Ooh.
behind me.
oh,
Wait, Colm?
so disappointing.
Out of character.
Colm.
Is that the part?
Colm. Colm.
Was that the guy we were supposed to say the thing to?
Yes.
Yes.
Lillian shouts out, Siobhan says hi!
Oh, she sent you over here?
She
And then
did.
he like looks
think
at
so.
Lorelai
Is
like,
she the one?
what are
Is she
you
the one?
doing?
Is she the lucky girl? What
Can
a
I-
lucky girl she is.
if she sent you here, I hope there's a particular reason behind your visit.
There is, in fact. I was just distracted by your charm. But actually, we are looking for information. We somewhat unexpectedly came into possession of the tavern at which Sophia Starcrossed worked.
Oh, Sophie, yeah.
And- yeah, we were looking for her and we're sad to hear of her untimely demise.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when. That's what happens when people with too much money and too much time get involved in things.
Well, I couldn't agree more. What
Does Gruffy
What
and Ice
exactly
Tank mean
happened?
anything to you?
Ice Tank, Brofana? Yeah, she was
Yeah.
the bouncer. One of them.
Yeah, Siobhan said that you might know something about her.
Oh, well, I mean, we worked together. You know, she had everyone's backs.
Work together here?
No, at Troll Skull.
You used to work at Troll Skull?
Back in the day, yeah.
Oh yeah, we were looking for information about the previous owners of that place.
Yeah, I mean, Sophie ran a good house.
It's a little burnt out.
Yeah, that's what happens when someone sets fire to it.
Wait, someone set fire to it?
It's kind of an open
purpose.
secret.
Well, here's the thing. That kind of thing offends me. And I would be interested in seeing said person brought to justice.
Well,
And I feel like that might set Starfire's soul to rest. And that's my primary purpose at this moment. How would you feel about that?
well, I'd love to see the bastard brought to justice if anyone can find him and charge him.
Ugh, so you have no
Any
idea
ideas?
who it could be?
Oh no, everyone knows.
Really?
Yeah, the trick was convincing anybody of value to take it seriously.
I'm taking it very seriously.
Well, the thing is, once the city determined that the fire was an accident, paperwork got filed and Sophie was, well, no one really knows what happened to her remains, but we had our memorials. We all found other work, or in the case of a couple people, not other work, and moved on. Then, like 6 months later, the one we all knew did it started telling people he did. Started taking credit for it.
Horrible.
Yeah.
Unacceptable.
But last
Okay.
last I heard, nobody was going to charge him because the case was closed. City had moved on. Property had been sold off to some author.
You see, we're not the city. And I'm not super fond of rules that protect miscreants. So any information you could pass on would be greatly appreciated.
Yeah, the guy's name was Buckman. Something Buckman.
Something Buckman. That's an interesting name.
Yeah, he fancied himself some glorious big game hunter.
Hmm.
Ring
So
any
that's the
bells
guy.
for anyone?
Huh?
Has anyone heard of this person?
Anybody in the party?
Yes.
We all look at Miss Hatchet. Stare.
The moment that the prospect of hunting someone down and like basically doing vigilante justice comes up, like there's a change in energy from Hatchet, and she's like paying like super attention. Does she know who Buckman is?
Yes, but I'm going to do you a solid and you're going to check your Zoom chat.
Oh fuck. Okay. Sorry.
That's one down. We have 2 to go.
All right. Well, I am writing things in the margins of like scraps of paper, so my name list is seriously
Your name list needs work.
does.
I was going to say, I think you mispronounced the owner's name like 5 times in one sentence.
Star-crossed.
Star-crossed. At one point you said Starfire. It was like, are we in a Teen Titan show?
There was a
One
reading.
of those.
Whatever.
Go with it. Go with it. What's this guy's name? Column? Something like that. Oh, wait, it's on the other page. I need to get an actual piece of
There you go.
paper is what I need. Hold.
So everybody turns to look at Hatchet, and she just kind of sighs.
Uh-oh.
There's nothing to hunt down. He drank himself to death.
Ugh. Damn it.
What?
Dead. So that's good. Because maybe that would satisfy the ghost that he's just dead.
We would have to probably exhume his body and show it to her.
Oh, really?
I mean, I do have a shovel, but I don't think... Although if we did it at night...
You just want to dig up a body.
Do I feel like there's anything that we could pursue down that line? Perhaps if we were to hunt down someone that he knew and find out for sure whether or not it was him who did it.
That's an angle you could pursue. To verify that they've got that the rumors are of the right guy.
I mean, if we're going to own this property, knowing why it got burned down is probably going to be a good idea.
I have a question.
Yeah.
How did the artist come into possession of this? You said somebody said Buckman sold it to him?
Hey, that's a good point.
How long has he, considering the ordinances in this city, like I assume that he had to hold on to this for 30 days. How did he get around the malevolent spirit ordinance?
Colm, do you have any idea who took possession of the inn after the fire?
Oh, well, Sophie died in the fire, and then the city auctioned the property.
Any idea when that took place?
No, a couple weeks after it.
Huh.
What was the name of the it was a writer bought it at auction.
Volo. How did
Yeah.
Volo get around this ordinance? No, it's Volo. Okay.
Colm kind of shrugs. Connected
Well.
people don't have to follow the law.
Shocking. Well, Colm, I'm sorry about the come on, but I'm sorry. Look at you, for God's sake. You're beautiful. Would you be interested in coming to work for us if we were able to resurrect the troll skull as an entertainment facility?
He picks up a hammer and pulls a blade, what looks like some kind of a anchor type bit of metalwork out of the fire. Loosens up his shirt and starts pounding on it. No.
All right, as long as you're happy. We just want to offer those who were original employees first.
And Colm Bright-Eye
Yes.
died in that fire. Colm Hammersmith is going to keep right where he is.
Understood.
It was bad enough. I don't even want to think about going back in that building. We worked hard to get everybody out. I wasn't even sure I was going to make it.
During the fire, you mean?
Weren't a lot of us, but still.
Do you know why the fire was set?
He kind of glances over and takes a few more whacks at the whatever he's working on. I'm going to need a persuasion check.
Excellent.
Guidance.
Nice.
19.
Never
Blah.
Without
Whatever I-
guidance.
Whenever I do
Whatever
guidance, it's
gives
never
me,
helping.
Additional. 19 plus guidance.
It's almost like you say guidance and people just roll better.
Maybe.
Maybe that's all you need to do.
5 doesn't hurt.
You have a
Guidance.
what? Jeez.
Entertainer.
Okay, so the rogue is like, primary stat charisma. Our artificer is primary stat constitution.
No, intelligence.
Entertainer, please.
I'm going to find out like the priest is primary stat dex or something next. God, weirdest party ever.
Oh, I lost sound.
Beautiful.
Hold on.
My dex is just as high as my charisma. Thank you very much.
There we go.
I've seen you dance. I'll go with that. Yeah, listeners. What was the question?
I don't know.
Why was the fire set?
Thank you.
That was it.
Thank you. Yes. Well, can't say for certain what was going through that guy's head, but I can tell you this much as I'm willing to say these days, more than I usually do. Grafana kicked him out a couple of days ahead for making a lot of noise about the fact that there weren't any humans to work with that night. Torben was a regular, but he was real on the humans with humans, elves with elves, halflings with halflings kind of thing. And Sophie didn't take to that. Sophie believed as long as everybody was on board with what was happening behind the closed door, anybody could go in that room. And she didn't take too kindly on nobody that got into saying otherwise. So he made some noise and got tossed to the pavement. Couple
And the
days
next night,
Couple days later, lunchtime, we're all setting up for the evening. People are waking up. There's a fire in the main room, just above the tap room. Sophie worked really hard to help make sure everybody got out. She wouldn't leave till everyone was on the curb. And I wasn't going to leave her until I was sure. And she pushed me out. Said she wasn't going to leave Valentina in there.
Valentina?
Nice kid.
Valentina?
Get her out?
Valentina, yeah, nice kid. Real sweetheart.
Did she get her out successfully?
I didn't see her get her out. But then again, too, I don't think they ever found her inside either.
Oh, what a sad story.
You might check Pippa. She's working, she's got a flat 3 blocks down. It's 2 down, take a left, go another block. You'll find a sugar and sweets shop. She runs the place above it. It's probably up by now.
Well, thank you so much. We appreciate your help. We're trying to resurrect the place and hopefully set Sophia's soul to rest. I assume that's who's haunting the place.
It's noble. Kind of helps balance the sexual harassment I had to endure earlier.
Sorry.
And then he looks at Adelina. You really should get her to tone it down.
Why is he?
Adelina, you're my keeper now.
Hey, I'm going to.
I mean, Miss Hatchet is the responsible one here.
Now I'm the responsible one. Grabs Lorelai. Drag.
I go
Have a nice-
along. My bad. Who knew?
Um,
Look at it, for Christ's sake.
I know.
Oh, for somebody else's sake, actually, but whatever.
Oh my gosh.
I'm
So-
gonna lean over to Colm and say, you know, if you squared up your feet a little bit and loosened your shoulders a little, your craftsmanship would greatly improve. And I flash him my clan crafter mark.
Okay. Thanks. And then he brings the hammer down and you watch as the thing, flattens out and every single one of his biceps and pecs flexes simultaneously.
Good job.
Right. So I guess we got to look for this
Hmm.
person.
I mean, Lillian's not paying attention to that at all. It's just all form.
The DM
All
shared
right.
it more from the he could crush Lillian's face without thinking too hard. Not that that's going to intimidate her either. So it's all good.
No. There's been a few people who lost their faces.
Fair point.
Lost their faces.
Yeah, you remember the earlier
They're
pistol fighting?
Oh, yes, indeed. Hmm.
Okay.
All right.
A few doors
Right.
down, or few streets down, hang a left, few more streets down. It's not hard to find amongst all the various fishmongers and meat markets and tanners the one source of a smell that doesn't make you slightly want to vomit. A sugar shop.
Excellent.
The owner is very, very happy to offer you anything you may need and show you the stairs off the side that will take you up to the upstairs apartment.
Great.
And when you arrive, Pippa will let you in without too much fuss, especially if you name drop that Colm's Hammersmith sent you over. She greets you at the door wearing a silk robe and then invites you in when she's in the process of pouring herself a morning tea. Her hair is still kind of tousled. the flat smells of scented candles. There's a variety of cushions, some drapes, different kinds of oil burners. It's a fairly nice little space for entertaining.
Oh.
Good. Good morning. Thank you for seeing us.
Yeah, you said
Holmes,
Colm sent you over this way?
he did. We have rather unintentionally become the owners of Troll Skull Manor.
Oh.
And we noticed that there seems to be a possibly vengeful ghost inhabiting the place who seems to have a legitimate cause. And we're interested in finding a way to set her soul to rest, or perhaps come to an agreement with her. It seems that she was done wrong by someone who seems to be above the law in ways that we find completely unacceptable.
Oh, yes. That seems to be the common story now. Although I had heard that he had fallen into his mug, as it were.
Oh, you mean
Mr. Buckman?
Buckman. I did hear that, but still, we're curious as to what may have happened at the last. Do you know if Valentina made it out?
Why do you ask?
Well, we heard that Sophia had gone back in search of Valentina. And we're not honestly sure who the ghost belonged to.
Give me another one of those persuasion checks.
Guidance.
I was waiting for it.
Oh, Lord, I need it this time.
Uh-oh.
Wow, that's terrible.
Can't help you much. That's a 2 for a total of 8.
Lillian eats a piece of candy. Offers one to Adelina.
Might be all we get out of this, unfortunately.
I'm not really
you.
comfortable talking about that. I mean, he was such a bore. And he definitely wouldn't. He would sit there in the common room and lament the lack of company right next to me.
Wait, what race is she?
She looks elf or half elf.
Oh, one of those.
And he particularly did not care for me or truly Sophie. Sophie was also a half elf. On her father's side. I take after my mother mostly.
Yeah, well, that's an old story. I understand. People just can't accept people for who they are.
And I would like to talk to you more, but I actually have a client coming in a few minutes, and I do have to pay my rent.
Of course. Well, thank you for your time. I give her a coin. If anything occurs to you, I would appreciate any thoughts you had on the matter.
Lillian is also going to offer her a piece of candy. I just bought it downstairs.
Roll persuasion.
Me?
Sure.
20.
Oh my god. Half elf to half elf doesn't freaking work, but can't.
Wow. Yep.
Well, I'm a
Nice.
full elf.
There was no guidance in that one.
She takes the candy. I don't usually get down there to buy anything from him. I usually just pay my rent. And she kind of looks at Lillian.
Pretty good candy.
Truth of it is, Valentina did crash here a couple weeks ago. She was gearing up for something, and hang on. And she goes off and comes back, flipping through a small notebook. She said something about taking rooms at. I assume she meant taking rooms. She said that her next stop was going to be the yawning portal.
Oh boy.
Oh, the place where they really should install a grate over that big old hole.
But I mean, I don't get out of this district much. Is that something relevant?
I think so.
No,
Oh
the
yeah,
fact is you
we're the
survived.
new. Oh yeah, we're the new owners of that tavern. We're trying to. Lillian looks at Ms. Hatchet. Looks
Like
at
to-
Adelina.
We'd like to return it to its former glory. She takes out some gold and lays it on the table, and just sort of like gestures to the group with her staff. The yawning portal's almost on the other side of town. If we're going to go nosing around there, we'd better leave now.
All right.
Yeah, I guess we better go.
Okay. She thanks you for helping out and wishes you the best. And if you are able to reopen in its quote former glory, that she wouldn't mind a more steady paycheck.
We'll keep that
you
in mind.
Nice.
You don't usually hear unison over Zoom calls.
Aha!
And as you let yourselves out, you pass a rather unkempt gentleman as he's coming into the confectionery, and he buys a small bag of candy for the wife, of course, pockets it, and then heads up the stairs.
Uh-huh.
It's good. It is pretty good candy. Offers a piece to Lorelai and Miss Hatchet.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh
All
boy,
right.
how much more time do we got? What was it? We had to get
Sun.
this.
It's
Sunrise.
with all your back and forthing. It's about midday-ish.
Okay.
Do we think it's worth going to the yawning portal? Because if she's down there, she's out of reach. Unless you want to go down after her. In which case, we need to grab our gear. So what are we actually planning to do here?
You don't have the DM pauses. Wait, you don't have your gear with you?
Not dungeon crawling gear. Are you guys all set for dungeon crawling?
I mean, I keep a spare in my backpack.
I
Have a
don't tote a
torch.
backpack around town. I'm sorry, I don't.
We can at least ask around the tavern. It's possible she didn't go down in there. It's possible that
That's
she
true.
is looking for work there.
Yeah, let's go and investigate there first, I suppose.
Alrighty.
Hatchet hails a cab.
Fast travel.
Fancy.
It's water deep. There are cabbies.
Indeed.
We enter the loading screen and there is a statuette and some deep lore of
Adelina's previous days as a gladiator.
There's helpful hints and tips. It says,
you get more flies with honey, so offer candy when you can.
Apparently true.
Pistols and spells do not
Oh my
do
God.
non-lethal damage.
No, pistols do non-lethal damage. You just have to say, like, I'm going to shoot him in the knee and not the face.
Isn't that good book clear on killing people, Shepard? Well, yes, but it's mighty fuzzy on the subject of kneecaps.
Yes.
Sadly, that is way too long to turn into a Twitch emote. Anyway, you arrive at the yawning portal later in the afternoon. Durnan recognizes you as you come in and waves you over with a laugh. First one's on me, kids. And
I
immediately
don't drink.
puts some tankards down. He takes one,
Great.
downs it, and then splushes it in a water bucket behind the bar and sets that down in front of Lillian. There.
Acceptable.
Is Volo in the tavern?
You don't spot him, but it's a big space. Durnan notices you looking around. Are you looking for another client?
Just wondering if Volo had been in today.
No. He's still down.
Is he? Well, I hope he stays there.
Yeah, we lowered it. It's hard to forget. I don't think I've ever seen him disappear down as fast after a business transaction as he did with you last night.
Shocking.
You know, and he was with a company said they had a map.
Really?
Yeah, nice kids.
Mm-hmm.
We've been waiting most of the morning to see if they'd come up, but no sign of them yet.
Didn't happen to be Rainier's map, did it?
No. It was a map of the Undermountain.
Was Valentina with them, perhaps?
Valentina. Crap. Who was with them? He kind of scratches his beard a few times.
Would they have like a ledger just to keep track of who's down there and who didn't come back up?
I offer Dorian a piece of candy.
He. Are you asking about the ledger, or are you asking like in general?
I'm just asking in general.
There is a ledger.
Aha!
They do keep track of these things, and he's not actually looking at it. He's just sitting there scratching his beard, thinking.
Hatchet will put a piece of gold on the table.
And
Perhaps the ledger
he
will
puts
be
his
more
finger on the
helpful than your
gold and
memory.
pushes it back. I remember every face and name. I do not have to look at the ledger. I'm not stalling for more of a bribe. I'm stalling because I'm getting old and it's getting harder.
She just glares at him for a moment and then
I give
whisks
him
the
2
coin off
pieces
the
of
table.
candy.
And he refuses to make eye contact with you. You're not helping the memory. And then he pulls out, goes down the bar, flips the page a few times while his chin is still pointedly up, glances down, glances back to the ceiling, closes the book, walks back over to you. It occurs to me I do remember who was in that company now. Because none of you saw any different. But yeah, Volo went down with a monk that went by the name Genizel. Valentina was the name of the rogue with them. There was a fighter that called himself Ezekiel. And then thank God they took down Audrey with them. God. Audrey of Angst. Death Domain Cleric.
Ooh.
There's a shop around the corner that sells blackened lip makeup. I think she single-handedly kept them in business.
You said you were expecting them back today?
Well, yeah, I can't imagine anybody could put up with Volo that long down there.
Well.
Plus, he was going down to just get some more information, and they were going to follow this map they had, and they were going to come back up. They weren't planning a long expedition. What do you guys? Why are you asking after? Do you need to hire her? Because I know rogues.
Yeah.
If you actually want to hire a competent one to go with you down there, I can hook you up.
So you think they're overdue? Is this what we're hearing?
Well, people that go down into their mountain are like anybody else. They come back when they want to, if they can. And I'll be honest, I'd be shocked if something down there actually... Well, Volo always has made it out. Usually with all the digits he went down with.
With all the friends he went down with?
Well,
Oh,
that's a different story.
Wait, so he's
How much
missing
to go
some
down?
fingers?
Pardon?
How much to go down?
Oh, one down, one up. And we don't accept payment in advance.
That's nice.
How very generous.
No, that's on you. We don't keep those kinds of tills. It gets too complicated with next of kin when they want to collect.
Well, how about some lunch then first?
Oh yeah. Now that's not on me.
Of course not.
Do have a business to run. But if you're thinking you want to, the platform's up and ready to go. There's no one signed up for a few more minutes.
Minutes, really?
Yeah, company scheduled in another couple hours supposed to head down.
All right.
I'm
How about
kinda
that
full on-
lunch?
I'm kind of full on candy.
Because of course you are.
Oh no, don't get a tummy ache.
All right.
Too late.
So, what do we think?
So I assume we're gonna like huddle together,
Yeah.
figure out.
I figure when he leaves to go fetch food, we can kind of huddle.
Yeah, he points you guys at a
So-
table and says someone will bring some food over there and you guys can...
So what's the plan?
Well, we could wait here and hope that Valentina survives and gets back up here, or we could go down after her.
And we need to talk to Valentina because
Likely she's the last person who saw Sophia star-crossed alive.
right. And so when we find her, hopefully we can get answers to how to put the ghost at ease. Adelina's trying to like recap everything.
I mean,
that's my thought.
if we showed the ghost that Valentina survived, that might
But-
be enough.
Something's been bothering me though. When not sure if it's relevant at this point, but when we were chased out, what was Sophie yelling about again?
Not going
You
to hurt
shall
my
not
girls.
hurt my girls.
She thinks that there's someone still in there.
Oh,
That isn't us.
If we can show her that Valentina is alive, then perhaps she can be at rest.
Okay, I guess that would make sense. So because I was wondering, and no, none of us saw any other ghosts in there, did we? It was just Sophie.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think so. I mean, we can say that the guy that we think said it, Buckman, is dead, and Valentina is alive, and maybe she will be content.
We can.
Well,
only
I guess
hope.
we'll have to hope so, because she wouldn't know what's going on outside of the tavern, possibly.
Ghosts tend to be stuck in a loop.
So we have to jar her loose, and maybe Valentina would do that, but do we want to ensure that Valentina actually returns from the Underdark, or just hope for the best and wait for her?
Oh,
Feel like
well,
hoping for the best.
Things to
is-
fight.
things to fight. Besides, we don't know when they'd be back, so we should probably go look for them. Oh, but they have a map though, and we don't.
Hmm.
Hmm.
True.
Hmm.
Hold on. Question. What is the history of the Underdeep? Is it natural, constructed?
You've heard around the Yawning Portal enough that the Under Mountain is a complex created by the Mad Mage, which is in constant flux. That rarely do two parties that go down come back with the same story of what they have found. And maps are notoriously inaccurate.
Hmm.
The one thing you,
Knowledge Arcana?
you can roll for something to see if you're trying to like remember more. Or a particular
I guess
offshoot.
I guess I would be curious as to how often, because this kind of magic requires a specific spell, and presumably, it takes some time for the caverns below to actually shift. So if we're in a specific time period, within a particular time period, maybe we can track the most recent party to have gone through and locate them.
I like that. Barring that, we can just listen for the screams and go try to rescue them.
Unless the screams are of monsters.
Well.
Or maybe they're doing fine.
DM's face says no.
So, should I roll for that or?
Yeah, go ahead and roll it. Well, just because I always
Oh,
like to see I always like to use a number to help me figure out what to say.
14.
Okay. There doesn't. If from what you know about the magic, it could reset as often as every few hours. It's hard to say because we're talking about the Mad Mage Hallister. Who knows what he put together? I mean, there's all the stories you've heard.
Mm-hmm.
As I said, it's rarely does anyone hire a guide because who knows whether or not anything is going to still be where the guide says it is. That said, it's entirely possible that if you were to go down sooner than later, you would be able to probably track the most recent parties to go down.
I look at Miss Hatchet to confirm. Being
Lillian.
a cleric, you also know magic.
Well, reliable tracking via magic is a bit outside of my
Oh no, I wasn't talking about tracking.
ability.
No, I wasn't talking about tracking. I just wanted to make sure that what I was reciting here was correct.
I completely spaced while you were doing that.
Do you want a piece of candy?
Yes. I mean, Winks wants a piece of candy. Are you speaking to Winks or to Hatchet? What's going on?
Yes.
Hatchet takes
You
the
think you
candy,
can track
opens
them.
up her coat, and there's like a little miniature me in there, and she like hands the candy to me and then like pats it.
If you think you can track them, I'm all for it.
I think I can track them. I'm basically a bloodhound, whatever that is.
Can you guarantee that you can get us back out before sunrise tomorrow?
I give us 70%. 65.
Yeah, but if we're dead, then we don't care. And if we lose an inn that we never had before, then we're just back where we started for. So really,
It'll be fine. Let's just go down there. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it, guys.
Give me a second. Hatchet's going to leave the awning portal, go down the street, find an equipment store, and buy some twine.
Oh, they sell that at the awning portal.
She's going to buy some twine at the awning portal.
Oh yeah, you can if you have any minor adventuring equipment you wish to purchase before you head down, there's somebody who's going to sell it to you.
I'm pretty sure I have chalk.
Immediately chalk is offered when you buy
Yeah,
twine.
I was thinking chalk. Yeah, that's good.
Yep.
too. Yeah.
Chalk, twine. We get the goods.
All right.
Speaking
Y'all
of
got
chalk and
post-its?
Speaking of chalk and
Lanterns
twine,
of
you
some
can
kind?
use that to make very straight cuts. Carpentry skill I learned.
Great.
Oh, sorry. Are we going down?
I think we're going. Who's got some light source?
Cast light on my walking staff.
Oh, right. That's
I also
so
have a lantern. I think I can also cast light.
great. I say we're good.
All right. Do you
Let's do it.
turn to
I
Durnan
think
and
we need to give Momo a second.
okay. Yeah. Actually, I need a 2-minute step away. So how about we plan? How about we just take a 2-minute break as you finalize anything you want to check before you pull a Saving Private Ryan and head into the Undermountain. We'll see.
Wait a second. Hold on. Saving Private Ryan. That didn't end well for the people who were trying to save him.
We'll see everybody back here in 2 minutes.
One person.
Wait, hold a second.
Two. doesn't know the meaning of those words.
And once
There's
again,
Alina.
no context. It's just randomly the first thing you hear when we push the button.
I try to time it at the right time. That's the secret.
Yeah, that seems to be a shtick with my channel.
Everything's fine. It's all fine.
It's fine.
That's
What?
literally what Lorelei is saying as the massive wooden disc is beginning to be lowered down into the darkness. Already you can the most prevalent sounds you heard as you were taking your places on it and the various support ropes were released so that the disc was free to be lowered were different levels of odds on your successful return. Those keeping books were giving 2 to 1 against, but not much worse than that.
Better than I expected, actually.
The odds shift to 10 to 1 if you take more than 4 hours.
Ah.
And people are recording those wagers as well.
Well, we don't have 4 hours anyway, so.
I mean, those are better odds than I was giving us.
The disc eventually comes to rest some distance below. You have plenty of time to convince yourselves that everything is fine on the way down.
Oh, I'm already convinced.
Excited.
And you are in good shape. You're just through a lot more pages into the Book of Fate.
Oh, good.
And there's still an ongoing debate in chat about how much energy goes into saving Matt Damon in different films.
I mean, he's kind of worth it.
If I could cast it, I would have had him playing the blacksmith. I'm just going to put that out there.
See?
I mean, nothing was
My
stopping you.
response was reasonable.
No, it was not.
Well, incidentally,
Lorelei, no means
it's
no.
a character trait, and you're going to have to deal with it.
So, you reach the bottom, and you're in a large room with hallways that lead off in various directions. I am going to need a perception check from anyone that wants to try to figure out where to go.
Can I actually do investigation?
I'll perceive.
Investigation will
Natural
work.
20 for a 25.
Holy cow.
12.
Goody.
You see everything.
Hatchet's been biding her time.
Hatchet points immediately at a hallway and says, "That way," and begins to stride. The rest of you take a moment to go, "Wait, what?" And then you notice a white chalk X next to one of the halls. And then just inside the hallway is an arrow pointing back towards the portal lift.
Great.
In particular, on the left side of the hallway.
We get a map. Do we have a map?
We don't have a map.
No, I mean the Jamboard.
We don't have a map.
Okay.
There is no map. We're going in blind.
You're going
Well,
in.
Hatchet's going to
There will be a map later.
Raise our odds to 67%.
tie the end of one of her twine balls to something heavy and then just drop it and start walking.
Very reasonable. Start laying out a long spool of twine.
Just the spider. All right. Following along.
You
following along.
You keep going for a pretty good distance. There are different side passages. Some of them at every place you have to make a decision, especially with a natural 20. Grumble. There is no difficulty.
Makes up by 1.
Yeah, no difficulty finding a mark to indicate which way you are supposed to go. Eventually, you come around a corner, and you definitely know the party has been through here. You can see where there's been rips through cobwebs that coat the walls of the passageway. And a short distance down, the hallway opens up into a larger room that perhaps at one time may have been used as a dining hall based on the furniture, all of which is covered in webs. You can see across the room a clearing in the webs where you could leave the room easily. You also see a body, half wound in webs, half not, laying next to a large dead giant spider.
Gender.
It's a woman in black robes.
Audrey.
Poor Audrey Hepburn.
The silver skull around her neck indicates the orientation of her faith. And her body she is definitely dead.
Well, at least she died doing what she loved.
Dying?
Death.
Too soon.
I'm not wrong.
True.
Are you sure we're going the right way, Miss Hatchet?
Oh, most certainly. How long has this body been dead?
It's hard to say given the level of exsanguination.
Gross.
Define.
Mm-hmm.
So,
No, define the word.
since the butt, it's been drained of blood.
Yeah.
Oh. Can I roll investigation?
Sure. We'll do a quick field autopsy.
To try to
See how far behind you guys are.
damn. 9. I mean, that should put me in the ballpark of within 1 to 2 hours. Plus or minus.
Oh, there it goes. Yeah, she's probably been here about 12 hours, give or take, by 2. You're a pretty good distance behind her, behind the party, but not crazy.
I want to keep an eye out for other spiders.
Okay,
Just in
quite reasonable. You continue deeper. Several times you stop yourselves before stepping over onto a pressure plate or a tripwire, because each one has been carefully marked. And so, for example,
Nice.
pressure plates are outlined in chalk to make it very clear with a big NO in front of them.
Hatchet kind of looks at that and she says, they have an accomplished rogue.
You're probably making...
what kind of mechanism these traps use.
It varies. How much do you want to explore them?
No.
I mean, okay, hold on a second. Hold on a second.
Oh, for God's sake.
Hey, Rufus.
Oh, sorry. Here, wait. Oh, where's my
Oh. Okay, so out of character personality trait. I always want to know how things work. I am very tempted to see how these traps operate.
Don't do it.
Hey, how about this? We'll check these out on the way back, but we might have a time constraint here in terms of saving Valentina, who we kind of need. Can we do this on the way back?
Lillian, we don't have time.
I'm gonna drag Lily
Oh no.
I rolled a 3 on my wisdom.
Oh no.
You're getting dragged
I'm
along.
I'm about to push down on the pressure plate with a stick before I'm dragged off.
Seems reasonable. You round a few more corners, and you can hear hushed sounds from down the hall and to the right. And there definitely are marks that indicate that is the way you are headed.
Do we hear hushed voices?
Yes. An ongoing debate. You can't really make out what it is, but you can hear sounds.
Hatchet's going to gesture for everyone to be quiet and continue to approach in a way that is hopefully not very loud.
Good thing you did that, because Adelina was just about to be like, "Oh,
We
about
found
to
them.
go," and then Hatchet's like, "No."
There's people here.
Okay, you creep up on the hallway and glance down. Let's see. So for perspective, let's not do that. And there we go.
Aha.
So you are approaching from the south. And again, just a quick, if you need it, there's a nice stretch of hallway. And there are 4 people huddled here discussing what the next move is.
4 people.
Yes.
That seems to line up.
Did I?
The cleric's dead.
Yeah.
Right.
I only.
Volo.
Oh, duh. Oh.
Oops, yeah, I did the same thing. I didn't write Volo down.
I was like, wait a second, there's an extra person here. Saboteur. Well, okay.
I mean, it is Volo.
Hatchet's just going to approach, listening to their conversation, and then appear at the most dramatically appropriate moment.
Fair enough. You come up. You can see that they're Hang on. Let me look at the party composition again. Okay, the one who looks most likely to be Valentina, the one in the leather armor, has the hood, has bits of bright pink hair poking out on either side of it. Has her back to the end of the hallway and is actively arguing with the other 3. One of whom is in armor, another one who is in kind of like a simple wrapped top and wrapped leggings. And Volo. Volo is the one who seems to be the most opposed to the current plan of waiting while they figure out what's wrong. But Valentina keeps repeating that there's something off, and that even though the map was accurate till now, they need to identify what it is that's not right. And as you look past them, you see at the end of the hallway is a pedestal with looks like maybe a bust resting on top of it, and a large gold necklace with a massive gemstone sits on the stone bust. Past that, the wall is all like spears pointing straight out.
I want to walk up to them and offer them a piece of candy. I'm serious.
That's the dramatic moment.
That would be the dramatic moment. We should wait for something. Candy. They leap with shock and alarm. The fighter's in the process of drawing his blade when Volo says, wait, I know these characters. What are you doing down here? You can't have it. We have the map, and I have found it.
I think Mitch Hatchet should take the lead here.
Believe it or not, riches aren't exactly what we're looking for down here. And she'll turn to the roguish type with the pink hair and say, Valentina, I presume?
She looks at you sideways. I don't think I've had the pleasure of meeting you.
I'm Ms. Hatchet. I have recently come into ownership of a particular establishment. Thank you. In Troll Skull Alley. I have a few questions for you, if you don't mind.
I suppose. She kind of glances at the fighter, who turns. They call me Ezekiel. We are here to retrieve the amulet. Can this wait until we've fulfilled our mission?
No.
I'm afraid we're on a bit of a time crunch here.
Frankly,
And-
just don't want her to die before she answers our questions. So, you know.
I think the goal is to not have her die at all.
That would be preferred.
And I mean, judging by the spikes on the wall over there and that gemstone, you probably have a 20% chance of surviving this.
You don't happen to have anybody with mage hand here, do you?
We all kind of glance at each other for a moment.
Lorelai raises her hand and Hatchet just takes it and puts it down.
Although, of course, that's
I'm
what
actually not kidding.
we should have. I knew we should have hired someone with those expertise. Not that you haven't been amazing, my dear. And he says, he adds to Valentina. But I think I trust her judgment. As soon as you have figured out exactly how to get to that amulet, it will be ours. Ezekiel turns to ours. You signed on to document the creatures we encountered. You didn't sign on for a share of anything we found. And Volo seems
Well.
kind of put out by that. No, I still commissioned this expedition. Yeah, with our money.
I think you're going to get a book out of this.
Volo looks at you. We haven't encountered anything that interesting yet.
I mean, have you tried the traps? I mean, they look to have very interesting mechanisms.
I'm not exactly sure Volo's guide to booby traps will sell very well. Although,
I mean, at
Volo's
least-
guide to recognizing traps and coming out of the dungeon alive might.
well, that does have a bit of a turn to it. Volo's guide to recognizing imminent demise. I like that. He immediately he fishes in his pouches for something to write with.
We want 5% royalties.
Okay, while they're arguing, I'm gonna cast Mage Hand and friggin' pick up the necklace.
Laura.
Do it.
Wait,
Yes,
when
do
did the
it.
rogue get mage hand?
Oh, because I'm a half elf. I have one cantrip.
And that's the one you took.
Yes, I did.
Because
It's a
of
good rogue cantrip.
course you did.
You were complaining that our stats were swapped, so here's an instance where it's perfect. There you go.
I'm just like,
The rogue just pops out mage hand. I need to check something.
oh no.
Nope. Perfect.
Oh.
You look down there and you're like, yeah, I can totally grab that. And you start to put mage hand out there, and realize it's not going to reach. You're going to have to get closer than the party is currently holed up.
Poopy. Okay.
Which you can do.
Well, I would have known that.
Yes.
So I'm gonna have to start walking to within 30 feet.
No
with-
problem. You start to stride in that general direction. And as you pass Valentina, she goes, wait, stop. Something is off. And I've been trying to convince these fools that until I figure out what it is, we should wait here.
All right.
What is off exactly?
And Can I do a perception? I don't know.
I was
what that
going
would
to
be
say,
check
can
be.
I roll investigation?
Yeah.
This is
what do you suspect that there's a trap here?
This is not an investigation. There's no body to. This is not a moment where CSI kicks in. Perception, I would allow.
Alright. I'm gonna roll for perception.
Check for traps, perhaps.
Natural 20.
No,
Oh.
natural. No, that's a 7.
I got a natural 20 for 25.
Again,
Ms.
Again.
Hatchet got. All right, Ms. Hatchet.
you know, I should be angry, but keep feeding me your natural 20s for the things that are the least
Now.
important.
This is
Right,
why my
right.
Tuesday character rolls so bad.
Because on Wednesdays you're rolling like amaze balls.
Wow,
Oh.
2 nat 20s.
In a row on the same skill. What the hell?
Dice are weighted digitally.
On the same day.
There is no such thing. Okay, glancing down the hallway, you can pick out that right around, let's see. I have no idea what the scale is, so I'm going to say right here, which is just past the 30-foot mark. There are a series of small holes in both the ceiling, the floor, and both wall on either side. They make kind of like they frame the hallway at that point.
Okay. Hatchet
wanna-
will walk right like up to it and like point her staff at it to show the holes and like make them more visible with the light from her staff. And she's like, "Is this what you're concerned about?"
You point at him. I need a. What do I need? I hate these moments as a DM because you're like, I need to ask a clarifying question, but in that process of asking said clarifying question, I might tip my hand too much. Are you crossing within the 30 feet to the bust?
Nah.
Okay.
I'm standing in front of the holes and
Well, the
just
holes
pointing
are
them out.
within 30 feet of it.
Well, I'm like right about. Hold on.
So
Here-ish?
actually, that will be the 30. It's 30 feet from the bust. Okay, so you're just outside the 30 feet range.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Valentina kind of glances. Whoa, there's a lot more than I thought there were.
More.
I thought I saw 1 or 2. But I haven't been able to figure out what they connect to. I haven't found any pressure plates here. I haven't found any levers.
Lillian, time to figure out a mechanism.
I want to take a piece of chalk, crush it up into a powder, and blow it into the area of the holes.
So you walk up next to Ms. Hatchet and do it from there?
Yeah.
Okay. No light beams or anything leap into existence. Clever thinking, though. And at which point Valentina turns to Ms. Hatchet. What exactly why are you down here?
On that matter. You were acquainted with a Miss. Oh my god, my notes. Miss Sophia Starcrossed, yes?
Yes, she ran the establishment.
Well, she still thinks that she's running the establishment, even though she is deceased.
I'd heard
Last-
that.
Were you there the day of the fire?
Yeah. Yeah, we all were. It was lunch.
When did you get out?
I think I was one of the first people out. I'm not afraid of heights or anything. I went right out the window. I didn't look back.
Well, Sophia went in after you and probably thinks you perished in the fire.
I'd heard that from a few people. I didn't want to think it was true.
Will you come tell her that you're alive?
I don't know if I can go back there.
Why not?
Piece of
You were one of the first
candy.
ones out.
Did she really go in after me again?
That's what we've heard.
So how do I go tell a ghost it's my fault she's dead?
Well,
Uh,
I would argue that it isn't. I would argue that it was a cruel twist of fate. And it wasn't your fault.
Enough with this. We're getting what we came for. And Ezekiel pushes past both of you.
Can I grab him?
Go for it. Make an unarmed attack roll.
I was going to say, can I just pull out my pistol, fire a shot in the ceiling to throw him off?
I just want to see a third natural 20 is what I'm going for
Oh
now.
my God.
Well, it's a 19.
Good God.
So it's close.
Good enough.
Can I rule of cool this?
nice.
He like
Nice.
tries to push past her and she just like grabs the back of his shirt, twists him around and throws him onto the floor and says, "We were having a conversation."
No.
Hey.
I'm gonna one up you your rule of cool.
Okay.
No.
Rule of awesome.
You grab onto him as you grab the back of his shirt as he passes you to pull him in. And as you do, you suddenly realize you're not pulling back, you're pulling up. I'm going to draw this hallway now as a cross section.
Huh.
So here's where you are.
Wait, is this guy really short?
Nope.
He's falling into a pit.
Oh.
Pedestal. Spikes. You guys.
Oh.
As
Okay.
So for those of you watching, as he goes, enough with this. And as he walks out, you watch as the far end of the hallway drops out of sight. As it swings out of view below.
Okay.
And Miss Hatchet has the opportunity is now like almost starts to go over. Since she's firmly latched with a very solid grapple check onto a fighter in half plate mail, I'd love to know what the rest of you are doing.
So she's like holding him while he's like dangling over the edge.
It's a little more of a, in the next second and a half, you are going to
I run over and
follow-
cast Face Step on him. I can do that as a spring.
She's in spring form.
I cast face. I run over, touch, cast Face Step, and teleport him to a safe spot.
What?
I can do that. I can do that in spring form.
It is. It's an Eldrin thing. Wait, hold on. Does that kick in third level?
No, that's just
Wait, face step?
as
Yeah, face step. Well, see, like,
I can transfer my Face Step to via touch to another target. I don't teleport; they teleport.
Yeah.
And I
all the
pick the
different
destination.
seasons. All the different seasons of Eldrin have different effects. If you're in summer form, you do fire damage. If you're in autumn form, you charm people.
Got
I
it.
believe winter form is frightening. But spring form, you can teleport somebody else instead.
Nice. Yeah, no problem. You can rush over there, and I will need a dex save from his hatchet, though.
Oh, you're just fishing now.
Come on.
As
Nat 20.
she's still toppling over behind the guy.
Oh!
Okay, and she's gonna go over.
Wait, can I attempt to grab them?
Sure, give me an unarmed strike.
unarmed strike.
For a
That's
grapple.
gonna be- Okay, so I have to roll the hit 1st right?
We're going to assume she's not going to resist the grapple.
Oh no.
17 plus 5.
That will absolutely connect.
Ho-ho!
Okay, so let me make sure I follow this right.
We got a chain of stuff happening.
Yeah. So the floor falls away. He starts to drop. Lillian leaps into action, slides across the ground, plants a hand on him, and poofs him behind everybody.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Miss Hatchet loses
Lillian
her.
is full of sugar right now.
Yeah, Miss Hatchet's losing her balance. Is about to go. Is like 2/3 of the way over, and Adelina just reaches out and goes clamp, and leans back a little bit.
Adelina's got like the other end of her staff.
Yep.
Pull that back up. Flex that. Bring that gun into view. And you're now looking down the hallway at the amulet. Well, down the pit at the amulet.
Hatchet kind of straightens her clothes and, like, you know, composes
Lillian-
herself.
Lillian
you,
offers
Adelina.
Adelina a high five.
Yeah.
Moment of consideration. Thank you, Adelina.
You're welcome.
You glance
That
down
was
the
odd.
pit and can see a glistening liquid, probably an oil of some kind, is pouring out of those series of holes onto the walls of the hallway.
Ah, despicable.
Hmm?
So that you can't climb back out.
Mm.
Valentina looks visibly shaken by this. As the fighter is Ezekiel, he's white as a ghost. In fact, he's pretty sure he died. And then-
Lillian walks over and is like, hey, nice save. High five.
What just happened?
Oh, I'm an elf.
Oh,
You didn't listen to your rogue and almost died. That's what happened.
That too.
Well, if someone wants to provide a rope that I can get a little closer to that, I can try to bring that necklace out of there.
Yeah, I was about to ask. Anyone got some rope?
I've got rope. I've also got some tackle.
Everybody's got rope.
everybody's got
We're adventurers.
50 feet of rope, 11-foot pole.
And
know,
some block and
Want
tackle.
some-
For the things you wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole.
The Adventure Squad.
Yeah, you can totally put together a rope and lower Lorelei down enough that she can mage hand the amulet.
All right. I will attempt it.
At the same time, you can see that Ezekiel is rigging up a rope and wrapping it around the monk's waist.
I mean, you could just... You don't have to do that. We got this.
Is this a race now? Is that what we're doing right now?
We didn't come here for an amulet. We came here for Valentina.
No, we did
And
come
if-
here for an amulet.
And we're helping you. Gosh, doesn't anybody listen?
Hatchet like puts up a hand to her group and says, if they want to go down there, then this is their quest. They can do that.
But I used up
That
a
is true.
spell.
We can just watch.
I
That's
just
fine,
used
but
a
I do
spell to
think-
save him.
I think he owes Lillian for that spell.
He looks... I'm appreciative.
And a
I'm
lot.
just saying. I'm just saying. Like, I can't save you guys a second time. So how about you let us deal with this? You can have the amulet. We take Valentina.
No.
Not as a captain.
She's like, wait,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, no. Lillian, they are very eager to do this themselves.
Let him
And
go.
quite-
Go ahead.
This sound-
Quite frankly, I'm not willing to risk Lorelei on adventure that we have no stakes in.
So out of
That's fair.
character, if we let her party members die, she is less likely to help us accomplish our quest. So maybe we need to stick our necks out a little bit to guarantee. And I'm saying this out of character.
I will also say out of character, these guys aren't treating her so good.
She also has like she also has a history of loss.
You know what? Second level
In which-
characters telling these guys that we've got this is a little bit funny.
What level do you think they are?
Yeah, what level are these guys?
Okay, they're with Volo. They can't be like nobody.
Volo, the
Does-
guy. The
Does
DM?
Volo sound like a guy who
Hey,
makes good
hey,
decisions?
hey, Lorelei.
The author?
Yeah,
Let-
in terms of his own survival, yes.
Let's put it this way. Their cleric's dead. Our cleric isn't. We're already
This is
25%
true.
better.
Mark the way for us.
We're
This is-
already 25% more better.
Too
Well,
soon.
I'm gonna fold my arms.
soon.
Lorelei is gonna fold her arms and lean against the wall and just watch.
Adelina, will you help lower me down?
I mean, these guys, they really want the amulet, so. But that we just need Valentina.
I mean,
How
we
about this?
We
How
can
about
have
this?
a truncated version of that conversation, like in character.
Okay,
where,
how
like,
about yes, like how about we watch first, and then when they need help, because they're probably gonna need help, then we can send you in first. You know,
Or
so
we
just
go-
let them do their thing.
He can
Let's
hop
just do
down
it.
there, grab it, and get back out, no problem. Have you
Yeah,
ever
just-
seen a monk in action? I think he's got this. It's fine.
No, they're not. They
Okay.
don't got this. Let's just let them.
They
do
lower the
thing.
monk. He lowers the monk down, and she's clearly the walls are slick. She tries to kind of repel her way, keep her feet up against it, and at some distance down, even goes so far as to kick off her sandals, hoping she'll have better purchase with bare feet. To no effect, and continues to work her way down and work her way down. Valentina takes a step back from the edge and is not watching, and is now starting to like examine the walls around.
Oh shit.
I just have a bad feeling about this.
I'm gonna help her look.
Knowledge history.
It's fine.
Sure, roll knowledge history.
I can't see that.
21 total.
21.
There are lots of tales of individuals coming out of the Undermountain having lost entire parties of up to 10 to some of the traps that can be found beneath.
Any tales of particular traps that appear similar to this?
No, this one's new.
Oh, cool.
It says the guy that looked it up in a PDF that he found of classic dungeons published back in 1989.
I'm gonna turn to Valentina. It's like, I've never seen a trap like this before.
Yeah, there's
Big smile on her face, and hands her a piece of candy.
I'm gonna start looking and just see if I can see anything that looks like
sure.
what could be happening in this hallway.
Give me a perception check.
-19.
How do you have a -1 on?
We talked
We've
about
had
this
this
last time.
I know.
How many times are we gonna have this conversation, Rob?
It makes up for the one I rolled on my charisma friggin' score, okay?
Okay, so you nat 20 this one. Yeah, the ceiling, it does above the okay. I'll show you where I'm thinking on the map. There are nice, neat demarcations where the different slabs make up the floor and the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
Except for right here, there's an extra demarcation.
Oh.
So instead of being every 10 feet, it's every 5 feet through there.
Hmm. Lillian, this doesn't look right. What do you think of this? Why is there this divided in two pieces?
Assuming that I'm still in, can we presume that I'm still mid-roll knowledge history?
Sure.
And can I put that roll towards answering Lorelei's question?
Sure.
So, private message?
Oh,
Yeah.
I love private messages.
So as you're discussing this, you hear, "I've got it!" from down the
Oh,
pits in a bright, young, cheerful voice.
I'm gonna run back down the hallway. I'm heading away from those strangely marked ceiling things.
Yeah. I feel like I'd start backing away from that. That just doesn't look good. Backing away and like pushing the party back as I do so.
Volo's trying to push forward to get a good look.
Oh, great.
Are you
Volo's-
pushing him back too?
Volo's tiny. He can't do squat.
You're just going to shove him back?
Yep.
Guys? That's a door.
A door.
Ezekiel looks over his shoulder. A door in the ceiling, are you? And then there's nothing but the sound of a clack and a squish
Oh.
as a 5 foot deep, 10-foot wide stone slab drops from the ceiling and blocks off the end of the hallway.
Which end is the
That was
hallway
gonna
again?
happen. Who got squished? Don't tell me it's Valentina, because I'll cry.
Oh, she's right next to you, but this is now sealed off.
All right. Draw weapons. What's coming out of the door?
Nothing. It's just a big stone slab just dropped
It's
from the
shut.
ceiling.
It's shut and squished Ezekiel.
Oh.
And then you also hear a pained sound. In the first you hear Ezekiel squish, and then you hear a second scream through the wall.
Well. Okay, so you said it was a door. So it's not a door, it's just a block fell from the ceiling, and now the whole end of the hallway is sealed off.
Correct.
Got it.
Hate to say I was right.
We're now 75% better out of character.
Y'all are so grim.
Well,
soon.
how unfortunate.
Either of you
guess
two
we're
still
done
want to go
here.
down there?
I mean, I've got dynamite if we want to give this a shot.
I don't know about those. Well,
No, I'm just like looking at I'm just saying it to them in a very sarcastic manner. Or would you like a piece of candy instead?
I would like candy. Candy
Toss
in
one to
favor of
Lorelei.
dynamite. Thank you. Sad day. Well, guess we head back now.
yeah. Do you still want the amulet? Because, well, I guess we don't have to be here. We could leave.
No, we still need Valentina.
Well, I mean, we leave with Valentina. Does Valentina still need the amulet?
Hatchet's gonna check on Valentina. How's she doing?
Because we
just
can
standing
go.
and staring in shock horror.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk over to Volo and just like, maybe you should write that down.
Hatchet's going to guide her away from the trap and away from the source of trauma.
And that pool of blood starting to ease its way out from
Yeah.
underneath the slab.
I just cast prestidigitation on the blood. It's not there.
It's not there.
It's not there.
There's nothing to be scarred emotionally by. It's not there.
Uh,
There's not even a body anymore.
All right. Well, okay. For something to do, I'm gonna look and see if there's any sort of mechanism that I can find on the walls to possibly reset this trap, or a secret doorway to get around it, or anything like that.
I think we should just leave it.
I'm gonna try to punch the. No, I know that's a bad idea.
There is so much nope surrounding this trap. I am not here for an amulet. I am here for a traumatized rogue. Let's get the fuck out of here. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's 2.
Well, I wasn't really concerned about the amulet. I just thought that she might feel better if we at least attempted to retrieve any of her potentially still alive
He's dead.
colleagues.
She's dead.
So the party members that are left are Valentina and Volo.
Volo, yes. Who's still taking notes and turns to Valentina. You know, I should get this for our posterity. Could you walk me through what you're thinking right now?
Who is he talking to?
Oh god, he's worse than Lillian.
Yep.
And then he pauses. Oh, I'm sorry. And he puts it all away. We can do an interview tomorrow. Come, do you need a hug?
Like, Hatchet's already got like a hand on her shoulder, and the look that she gives Volo is one that says pure murder.
Yes, yes. Now's not the time.
Are we done?
All right, I'm gonna go through the motions of looking for anything about this trap, so that at least I can try.
Okay. You guys get to back to the end of the hallway where you can look around. The rogue continues to do a check for things. And you realize that the hallway you came through is no longer open.
Oh shit! No.
Excuse me?
No.
You guys came up this way where the arrow is, and this wall is now closed off.
I disbelieve.
Okay,
I
so you
have
just
dynamite.
stride right through it.
No.
I remember the last time you did that. You ended up in a pile of gray ooze.
Darn it. Ugh.
I have dynamite.
But is that going to bring the ceiling down on us?
Rob,
What's that?
if I blow up the
I.
thing,
How many times have you been in Undermountain with dynamite?
this would be the first.
Okay,
Oh.
so it's a learning experience.
I don't
Hey,
like that.
I always like learning.
Okay, Volo.
I'm gonna knock on the wall to try to estimate its thickness.
Don't let him light anything yet. Volo, when
Perfect.
this stuff happens, has it changed the entire maze, or is it literally just put a wall here?
I'm going to say it has not changed the entire maze. That this is just a new wall. Perhaps they're connected somehow.
I concur. Let me blow it up.
Okay.
All right.
Or we could just attempt to find our way back following.
Or you could just let me have fun and blow it up.
Well, how about this?
The only thing I've done this entire trip is
save everyone.
I
pulling them
casted
out
a
of the-
spell. Let me have this.
Okay, that's
And you
lovely.
gave out
Wait,
candy.
just let us get down the hallway a bit. Volo,
Lillian,
does your map show this other hallway?
Lillian, I want you to listen to me very carefully.
Okay.
I want you to blow up that wall.
Okay.
But we're going to go over here first.
Obviously.
All right, carry on.
I'm going to knock on the wall to try to judge its thickness, if the dynamite will actually blow through it.
I move my traumatized rogue.
Okay. You guys all head up into that room.
Oh, a room.
Rob's going to move over here for a quick second. Because this is relevant. There was the room.
Okay.
And
Which room?
the room at the this is the direction where Lillian is preparing the dynamite. And there
Okay.
are cobwebs and giant cobwebs and giant cobwebs and giant
Giant spider.
cobwebs and giant cobwebs
You guys should have gone to the other room.
everywhere. Oh yeah, so it was smart for them to go stand near the death trap while you blow something up.
The door
stay
is
next to-
closed.
I'm gonna stay next to Lillian, just in
Mhm.
case.
Okay, I'm gonna look for spiders in this room, like peer through the doorway, look for motion.
Lillian's saying the explosives. And give me, anybody that's in the room can give me a perception check.
Miss Hatchet, save us with your nat 20 perception.
Not so lucky this time. 13.
I mean, me and Adelina aren't even in the room. I'm just like going through like proper blasting technique with Adelina as I'm setting
Oh, you have
this up.
Adelina with you? She's down there?
Yeah, she said that she's going to stand next to Lillian just in case.
Okay.
You're muted, Momo.
All right, I'm gonna be next to Lillian.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess
So-
I'm not in the room, so no perception, I guess, because we're in a different area.
Oh. Well, what do you know?
Oh.
Okay. Fun fact, you can put a dice roller on a stream deck.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know, it's great. I don't have to reach for dice. I have a couple of quick buttons here and I got what I need.
that's neat.
So 100% of the time. Volo looks around the room as you're scanning. Thank you, Stick, for that. No, it's much worse than a wild stick. Volo nudges Ms. Hatchet. I'm quite confident that the ceiling's not supposed to move like that, aren't you?
Oh.
In fact,
I look up.
I believe that's a 1, 2. I think that's a third if you look back in that far corner. And I think they mean to defend the nest we have stepped into. Would you consider that an accurate assessment of our current situation?
Anyone have fire? We need fire.
Yes.
Lillian.
Busy.
Oh.
You'll be really fun.
Roll initiative.
Yeah.
We could never get away with it.
Do me and Adelina need to roll initiative?
Yeah, you probably should. Oh, shoot. Stop that.
21.
Let me really quick put a couple more things on the board before I push roll initiative. In particular, Volo and Valentina. Now I'll roll initiative for everybody. Okay, Adelina, how'd you do?
15.
15 for initiative.
15. Lorelai,
10.
Ms. Atchett,
4 for me.
and where's Lillian falling?
21.
Blah.
I rolled a nat 20.
Indeed, you did.
On initiative.
Okay, if you didn't get everyone, Lillian's at the top of the initiative track. If you don't see that, you hit refresh on the initiative tracker.
I also love that both Lillian and Lula got the highest initiative. We're not even immediately so far into combat. Good luck.
You hear people screaming about giant spiders. What would you like to do?
Is the dynamite... Am I finished setting up the dynamite?
No, you're just starting to process where to put it for maximum effect.
Ooh, giant spiders. Spiders? Maybe we should
I'm just
go.
Adelina, maybe you should go give them a hand while I set this up.
No. I can't leave you here by yourself if there are giant spiders. But after we deal with the spiders, then we can blow up the.
We might need to have an escape route.
No. We don't need an escape route. We're fine. Come. Let's go. I'm gonna attempt to drag Lillian, and Lillian's gonna be so pouty and sad.
And Lillian is staying to set dynamite? Or is she stymied? She seems stymied.
I'm stronger than you. We going.
Yeah, you're going to go on her initiative turn, but that's... I'm going to rule this as Lillian is stymied.
I mean, that's probably the best way to put it. It's just like, no, we need to get this set up in case we need an escape.
We're not gonna need an escape. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay. So meanwhile, Valentina takes a shot with her crossbow at one of the spiders and unfortunately has no effect of it. And is then going to get nailed as that spider reacts by taking a blast with, throw some webs down at her. And she is now wrapped up in them.
Okay.
And she becomes coated in sticky goo. What's Adelina doing?
I am assuming that I observed this.
Yes, you can see the four of them are standing more or less in the doorway. And everyone takes a step back as Valentina becomes encased in this webbing.
Do I see the spider that did it? Or did the webbing just kind of
It's up inside. It would have looked like from where you're standing, it came from somewhere in the room. Because remember, you're at the end of the hallway here. So you would not have a clean line of sight until you get up there to investigate. Now that said, you can use a move to get there and then probably do something about it.
I want to use a move to see if I could get to not exactly where she is, but like kind of see if I can get to a spot where I can possibly see where the webs came from.
Okay. Spider, spider, and spider. And that one is on the ceiling, for the record.
All right. I want to take out my longbow and shoot the one on the ceiling.
Okay, you can totally do that. Adelina charges up into the room, takes stock of the situation, fires a shot. Throw the bones.
All right, so rolling to hit. That is a 16. Does a 16 hit?
16 is going to hit. Give me some damage on it.
All right, let's do some piercing damage.
1, 2, 3. No.
Nice.
1.
8 plus
3. Nice.
10 damage. So Adelina is going to run, slide in, draw her longbow, and just shoot it
Straight at the ceiling.
Just straight at the ceiling.
Impressive display. What's Lorelei up to?
The one on the ceiling,
Mm-hmm.
is it connected to, does it have like a line hanging down from it to Valentina?
No, it actually shot its web.
Ah,
And
okay.
it's more of like a pile of goo. It'll come down and probably start roping her up once the rest of you are dispatched.
Okay. And 1 and 2 are on the ground?
They're coming down the sides of the corners of the room, coming down the webbing.
Okay.
But that number 1 is still like upside down and on the ceiling.
Got you. All right. Well, I'm going to, how big are these squares?
10 feet.
All right. Okay, so I want to use
Well, each square would actually be 5 feet. Every 2 is 10.
Okay. I would like to use my cunning action to dash across the room. And then I would like to use my acrobatics to vault onto spider number 3's back and begin stabbing it.
Okay. Give me an acrobatics check. Nope, there it is. Good God.
Oh, man.
Dex, baby.
Natural 20.
Indeed.
Dang.
I am
Give me some of that luck.
balanced on the spider's head.
Okay.
All right. Let me start with the short. No, that's wrong.
I will rule that for spider number 3, you have advantage.
That's not what I wanted to roll, though. I clicked the wrong thing. So I guess it's the same plus, so it probably doesn't matter.
That's still going to hit. Give me damage.
Okay. Well, that's shitty. Okay. Dagger.
That's luck coming back the other way at you.
And my... Do I get my sneak attack if there's no one else? Well, we're in the room.
You
but we're not
have
really
advantage. You acrobatic your way onto
Okay.
its back.
Sweet. How do I roll this?
So yes, so that's 10 so far plus sneak attack 14 total. That's an impressive amount of damage in one shot.
Stabby.
Stabby, stabby, indeed. Volo is going to rush up to your side. And pokety pokety.
Excellent.
Oh, that's just too funny. That's just really funny. And he rushes up there. He flashes out a rapier from underneath his cloak, and begins to dance side to side with his hand raised, and then just lunges and puts it right through something in the spider, and it just collapses into the web. He goes, "Thank you for the assist."
Oh, really? Oh.
Oh my gosh.
And that spider is dead now.
Guess who's the bard, however?
This one is going to take a shot at Lorelei. That's what I thought would happen. And Lorelei finds herself blasted back into the webs,
Annoying.
where she is going to begin trying to pull herself loose.
You couldn't have got Volo dancing around out there like some trained monkey?
It's not smart. It figures you're the one that killed its compatriot.
Oh, so it is smart.
So what's Miss Hatchet up to?
Hatchet. Spider number 1's right in front of her, yeah?
On the ceiling, though. So 10 feet up.
Oh, that's fine.
Unfazed.
I'll thorn whip it.
Worry.
Okay.
Nice.
That's going to be an 18 to hit.
That'll hit.
And that is 4 damage, and I yank it off the ceiling.
Okay. So that's 1, takes 4. And then I want to check something about Thorn Whip. The creature is large or smaller. Pull the creature up to 10 feet towards you. DM is thinking about that for just a moment.
Yoink!
I'm under the circumstances.
Zip!
I'm going to give the spider a strength save.
I mean, that makes sense. If it can stick to the ceiling.
Um,
Stands to reason.
Funny if Hatchet is just swinging from her whip, hanging from the ceiling. That's kind of good.
Yeah, you go to whip it back like you normally would. You're not pulling somebody across tile. You're pulling a spider out of its web. It has to keep its footing. It has to scramble. It has to reset itself a couple of times. It definitely looks annoyed at the experience, but it does not come down yet.
Okay.
It has a new best friend. But so there's sounds of combat. Third, what's Lillian doing?
I mean, I was dragged in there.
So what's Lillian doing?
I'm trying to think here for a second. Valentina is still restrained.
Yes.
Where at?
Right in the doorway. The V with the
Oh.
little A next to it. And then I'll assume you are right next to her.
Probably.
Lorelai is no longer there.
No, I'm stuck in a web with a dead spider.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yay.
in front of me, I basically see Miss Hatchet trying to pull a spider down off the ceiling.
You do.
Then what's going on with spider number 2?
It's Oh, that's one. It's currently has like a line over to where Lorelai is. It's probably going to head that direction next turn.
You know what to do. Volo is an emergency backup, Gerald. I do kind of want to shoot him.
Volo, no. Volo, no. Volo is not Gerald. Volo has not. No. He's
No shooting.
a little bit of a windbag, but he's mostly harmless.
He's worse than Gerald.
Gave you guys a tavern.
Mm-hmm.
A haunted, burnt down tavern.
Well, if you're gonna
If
get
that
all like,
tavern- If it doesn't go well with this tavern, Volo and I are going to have words on some dark night.
Of course not. Gerald had redeeming qualities.
Volo better live in the Undermountain because it's going to treat him better than we will.
Oh no.
Yes.
Would it be an action to try to unrestrain Valentina?
that would be an action, yeah.
That would be an action. It wouldn't be a bonus action.
Nope.
I could do two-handed. I could do 2 weapon fighting as a bonus action. Oh, but I don't have 2 weapon fighting as skill. Oh man. Well, do spiders have a face?
Sure.
I'm gonna take aim at spider number on the ceiling.
Okay. Spider
At its
1,
face.
and take a shot.
14.
14 will hit. Roll some damage.
12.
That's gotta kill it.
Good God. I think every time you have fired that dang pistol, you have rolled max damage.
No. First time I rolled less than max damage.
And every time since.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay, so that takes care of that one. Let's see. Valentina's going to try to get herself loose because she doesn't have a lot else to do and does not. So that's her action.
I guess that spider's never getting ahead in life.
That one's dead. What's Alina doing?
Spider number 2.
Another longbow shot, or are you going to go punch it a few times?
It's shooting out the spidey stuff. I don't want to get near it. It's gross. I'm just gonna
Oh
shoot
god,
at
hopefully
it.
none of these spiders are pregnant.
Why would you say that?
Fired. Anyway.
I knocked on wood.
Okay,
So I'm
there's
going
the
to try to
shots.
hit spider number 2, which is going to be 14 plus 4, so that should be
That should be a hit.
18. Yep. And rolling again, D8. I can't see it on my screen. It's being covered.
Dope.
How much was that?
Came to 7.
Dang.
That's
All right, 7.
not a bad shot. Considering 2 of them are already dead.
Yep.
Lorelai.
I am going to flail and cut and hack and try to get loose.
I need you to give me a... You can attack the webbing, or you can try to pull yourself loose.
Probably attacking is my better bet.
Okay, give me an attack roll. In the heat of battle, you start flailing with your dagger. Roll damage.
Yeah.
All right. You are no longer restrained.
Awesome. All right.
Volo will... He is going to charge that spider.
Good for him.
And not look like a complete idiot in doing so. As he begins to fence with it. Ho ho ha 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 ha! I shall have you know, vile creature, I have trained with the finest of rapier smiths in Waterdeep. I learned quite a bit from him. Perhaps you've seen this move before. And then he does some weird, bizarre, like half cartwheel thingy. But whatever he's doing, it's effective. And that then gets to its action. It's going to do the logical thing. It's going to attack the nearest thing.
Good.
Lucky dude, too. Yeah, it attacks, and actually, for a moment, you're somewhat impressed. Volo parries it. Which gets to Miss Hatchet's action.
Well, sounds like it's on the ground.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna cast Shillelagh on my staff, and I'm gonna whack it.
Whack the spider, whack the spider.
I'm gonna try and swat me a spider. Hya! That's a 19 to hit. And that'll be 9 bludgeoning damage. Thwack.
That's not bad.
That's it for me.
Lillian has next action. Pretty sure this is it, though.
Well, I either take an action to reload or I reveal my sickle
Pop.
from my... Yeah, no, I mean, it's attuned. So it literally pops out of my arm.
Awesome.
And I'm going to attack spider number 2
Okay.
for 6.
Nope. That
Should
is...
I re-roll it?
That is not going to hit. You guys have a lot of them available.
I'm just gonna trash a reroll. We need to use some of these.
You haven't had to party of natural 20s for anything and everything.
21.
Jeez, criminies. And how much damage does that sucker do?
4.
And that finishes it off.
Phew.
Yay!
So,
none
yeah,
of us got
basically-
hit.
Yeah,
Nice.
so basically you just see a sickle shoot out of Lillian's arm and she runs up and just sickles
Now,
the spider.
from a flavor point of view, given the power of that particular magic item, I put it in there as like you have a mechanism on your arm that
Yeah.
contains the blade. It's part of that artificer thing.
Yep.
That's so cool.
beans.
That was
It is so cool. We're just gonna gush over.
Spring-loaded arm weaponry.
Can I set my dynamite now?
Yes.
Finally, Jesus. Wait.
And then you hear this clittering in the distance.
Oh God. Which hallway?
Sounds like it's coming from the west, the eastern one.
By spider number 2. Okay. Take a couple steps down that hallway and kind of peer down it and see if I can see anything.
There's not a lot of peering, given the fact that it is covered in webs.
Oh.
I'm just gonna
Anyone
look
got a
over at Adelina and I was like,
Torch?
I told you.
I'm going to untangle Valentina, who is still restrained, by the way.
I'm
Okay.
gonna go set up the dynamite.
All right. Give me a wisdom. Whatever we had to roll for that, didn't we?
Intelligence.
Okay. Roll it. Plant your dynamite.
22.
Set the fuse.
Run to a safe distance.
Okay. Withdraw to what is it? MSD? Minimum safe distance?
Yeah. Plus 5 feet.
Plus 5 feet. Yep. So get around the doorway, try not to get caught in the webs, and kablam. You blow through 10 feet of solid rock. And re-reveal the hallway.
Yay, it
I'm
worked.
just gonna look at everyone and be like, see if you
Right.
just
Does
let.
anyone in our party like have a torch or a lantern?
Yes,
What do you have?
I have a lantern. Let's just go. We don't need to.
Figure out
We don't
every-
need to. We don't need to piss them off.
Oh, they're coming.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
fighting.
You can see the webs vibrating as the first set of legs start to appear.
Okay. I want to light the
But
webs.
fight.
Okay.
No.
You light a couple and realize there's 3 more spiders practically on top of you.
Just too
Run.
slow. Yep. Run.
Run. Okay. You start to run. Who's in the lead?
Oh, fine.
Probably Lillian. Maybe.
Okay.
Hold on.
You take off at
Wait,
speed.
I need a minute.
Okay. We'll take a quick second there.
Wait, I forgot what was the last question?
Who's in the lead? As you take off down
Okay.
the hallway.
Well, I'm
Okay.
bringing up the rear because I was trying to light the webs on fire. So
Black
I'm
Witch-
probably in the rear because I wanted to fight, but everyone had to run away. So
Which hallway are we going down? Did the dynamite work?
Yes.
Yes, dynamite did
Yay.
blow a hole. It's 10 feet thick. I mean, it's a full block of stone had slid into position to block off this exit. It-
Joaquin bless the artificer.
Amen to that. I just need to know who's leading the way. And the party has so far nominated Lillian to be in charge.
Oh, I'm in front.
Yep.
yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I need-
Let's-
you-
I think it's Lillian in front, Adelina in the back, and then like Hatchet in the middle.
Okay, that's consoling the slightly traumatized
Yeah,
Valentina.
she's gonna make sure Valentina gets out of here. That's her
We're-
job now.
Did we forget Volo? Please tell me we forgot.
What
Volo.
about Volo?
Volo's on his own. He can get where
He can handle himself.
Oh, he's right there with you. He's not hanging around to face hordes of giant spiders on his own.
It would have made a neat book.
No, it would not have, because he wouldn't have lived. That would be a book I would love to write. I don't believe I would live to write it. I am most appreciative of the second time you've come through for me. This is quite impressive.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that first time. I think Lorelai has words for you.
You got a bar. What is your complaint? That was worth far more than I offered you the first time.
It was haunted.
A minor defect that you're in the process of remedying without apparently much effort.
as you take the only person who was aware of the final moments of the ghost into the never mind, just run.
Oh no, we're saying this while we're running.
I had no way of knowing.
How did you get past the malicious spirit ordinance?
Oh, there's an ordinance about that?
I'm gonna draw my pistol and shoot him in the head.
Don't do that.
Oh no! Oh
Don't
wait,
do
it's
it.
not reloaded.
I'm
Go
just
ahead.
I haven't reloaded it. And it's just like, here's something you can write about in your stories. All the heads that I've removed with this gun.
I had no idea there was such an order. There is one?
Just decap.
I wonder if I filed the proper paperwork when I took possession. Huh. Fascinating.
Fascinating.
Are you if you didn't file the proper paperwork, are you saying that we don't actually own this bar and this was all for nothing?
No, you totally own the bar. Especially if you found, I mean, how did you come to find out about the ordinance?
The bureaucracy.
Well, then you must own it. There's no way they would come talk to you if you didn't.
Fair.
Moment we own it. Okay.
Right.
By the way, I need
Left,
in
left.
this arguing, I need a perception check from Adelina, from Lillian.
Right. Following Chuck. Getting out of here.
As there were only about
Question.
Yeah.
Would passive perception be fine?
Oh gosh, no.
No.
This is a heat of the moment thing. You're arguing with a major world figure while charging down.
And I have ADHD.
Exactly.
And I'm full of sugar.
Yeah.
I can do this.
So passive ain't it. You are distracted.
20.
Okay. You are not that distracted.
What did I tell you?
Look at X! Woo!
Lantern is so done with us tonight.
You know, sometimes that's where the adventure goes. You know what? I'm quite content to see that you have been able to get through this without a lot of challenge. Just good dice rolling. It makes up for those nights where I'm like, really? You cast a 3rd level spell and did 4 points of damage? Really? Well, all those ones are technically 2s. Wow, that's a huge improvement. It happens. So you make your way along. Lillian stops a couple of times before like stomping her foot square on the highlighted pressure plate.
Wait, what?
All the
I
traps
stop.
Yeah, you manage to like it's one of those like as you're shouting about your non-loaded pistol, you kind of careen in a spiral motion around a marked trap. And then
Yeah, by the way, guys, there's a trap still here.
You know, booking around in their corner, it's like tripwire, jumping over it. In the party, all kind of you make your way out, and then you get to the. You eventually run past the first spider lair, and the remains of the cleric.
Should we grab the cleric?
No.
Probably.
They're
Or I mean, I guess this is a place of death. They would really like to be down here.
Then he's we're good. Let's just keep going.
It's what she would have wanted.
Yeah, we'll go with that. As the spiders continue, like they're not giving up on you.
Oh, we can hear the
Never gonna give
chitinous
you
skittering.
up.
Yeah,
Never gonna let you down.
the entire Undermountain shook with a dynamite blast. Every creature tuned into sound is trying to find you right now.
Every creature tuned into sound, you say?
No. Keep going. Just keep going. Go.
Because I have something for that.
Oh God. And you get to the lift. Volo helps Valentina and calls up. Bring us up, please bring us up. And there's a moment hesitation and then a loud clank as the chain goes tight and that massive wooden disc begins to rise up. The spiders clamber into the room. Some of them start up the sides and then kind of work their way back down again. Some instinct is keeping them from following you up the shaft. As you spread yourselves around so as not to cause it to tip too much in any one direction. And Volo says, I hope you'll allow me the pleasure of paying for the return trip for all of you.
That would
Yes.
be very much appreciated.
Thank you.
Least you could do.
Ooh, she got some sass.
The lift comes up and ropes are quickly lashed onto it to stabilize it as a plank is set out. So you can cross back into the yawning portal's proper common room. And Volo settles up with the keeper. Doling out 1 gold coin for each of you as you've come up. Turns and thanks you for the amazing adventure yet again.
And oh God, would this be in character?
I would just say it and say that's the character now, but that's just me.
I'm just gonna say Here, here, a gift from me. Unarmed punch to the stomach. Non-lethal.
Okay.
That was
Just
very
in-
important to sting.
Just in case.
Just in case.
So I have repeated last time.
As we all wait to see what the die roll is.
Die roll to hit or
Yeah,
die roll to
Die roll to hit.
damage?
He's not going to let you punch him in the gut.
Hold on a second.
He's a little bit caught flat-footed, but
Would a 10 be enough?
he has an experience. He has some experience as an adventurer on his own. You go to you, and this is for you. And as you slam your fist towards his gut, he swings his own fist down and pushes it out to the side. As
I was going to give you a piece of candy. I open my fist and
my
there's a
gosh.
piece of candy in there.
you are a funny one, my dear. I shall have to frequent the Troll Skull Manor once it's been fully reopened, and bring you my patronage and provide stories to your patrons free of charge to you.
Right.
Sounds great. And just in case that doesn't work out, we'll talk soon.
Yes. Well, good evening to you. He turns to Valley. Thank you so much for the adventure. I am greatly indebted, and fear not for your friends. Their memorial services will be fully paid. I will make all of the arrangements. I have quite a few connections in town. As apparently, but not apparently enough to keep me informed of ordinances involving entities. I can't believe that was law against ghosts. Who writes things like that? How many haunted houses do they have? I should investigate the haunted homes of Waterdeep. No. The ghastly gates of Waterdeep. Ooh. Volo's guide to the ghastly gates of... Oh. And he wanders off.
Valentina, piece of candy.
Are you gonna take the candy and just lead her to where we need to be?
No, I'm just giving her a piece of candy.
That takes it with a shaking hand and... Butterscotch.
Yeah.
Ezekiel
Yeah.
liked butterscotch.
Oh, bless.
He's kind of a dick.
I'm sure there's plenty of butterscotch where he is now.
So what time is it now?
Probably midnight. Not midnight, but coming up on the early morning dusk.
Oh Lord.
We need to get back to the inn.
Can we use the Book of Fate to go back to 9 p.m.?
That's not how that works.
That's not how that works.
We haven't needed to use the Book of Fate at all tonight. Hatchet's going to call a cab
Wait,
real quick,
look,
and then
hold on.
Wait.
I just want to say one thing. So, on a quantum mechanic level, it's kind of a dice roll. So, if we use the Book of Fate, certain dice rolls may not happen in the quantum mechanic realm, and if those don't happen, can time progress? Or could we rewind ourselves to 9 p.m.?
Okay, so you call a cab.
and while we're waiting for the cab to arrive, Hatchet's going to turn to Valentina and say, "Look, my condolences, multiple times over. But come sunrise, we're going to lose jurisdiction of jurisdiction of Troll Skull Alley, and they're going to call somebody in to exorcise Ms. Starcrossed."
Sophie. Yeah.
Yeah. So unless we get her to pass on this way, we will have no control over what happens to her.
I understand. Let's go.
We hop on the cab. To Troll Skull Alley. Yeah.
On the highway to hell.
The cabbie goes,
Oh,
oh, okay. And he
Actually, quite poignant.
shakes the reins, and the horse clump, 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 clump.
Oh my goodness.
Faster.
He lifts his shoulder. Shake, shake, clump, 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 clump.
All right, that's better.
And then the loading screen appears.
Yep.
You arrive at the manor as the sky is starting to turn that beautiful shade of purple that you can make out through the smoke and the soot and the dust. It's actually more still a blackish color given the general amount of gunk created in the air above Waterdeep. But you like to think that it's a purple shade behind all of that, and that still makes you feel better about everything. And there, as you pull up in front of the manor, is that halfling in the robes, accompanied by a very tired-looking, standing there looking mildly annoyed with his satchel, Silas Quillman. I can't believe I'm up at this hour. And she's kind of rubbing her hands. So I finally get to do some work. I've been on the payroll for 2 years. No one ever has a haunted house around here for me. I'm never going to get promoted at the UAW if I don't actually do some serious work. And then you guys pull up. And she looks over and she watches as you help Valentina step out. And she's, oh, for fuck's sake.
That's 3.
And that's 3.
And she turns and just starts to walk down the street.
Awesome. We'll be with you in just a minute, sir. We need to have a conversation with our resident spirit.
Who may or may not exist.
You cross.
May or may not be hostile.
You cross into the tap room, and Valentina looks uncomfortable. And you point at the staircase, and as you watch the stairs burst into flame, as a woman begins to descend down, and shouts back, "You will not harm my girls. All of them will make it to safety." And then stops at the bottom of the stairs. And she looks at Valentina, and Valentina looks back at her. And then Valentina just crosses the room and throws herself at the ghost. And the two embrace.
Aw.
And you watch as the fires around begin to shift from a red to a light blue, and then to a white, and then simply cease. As the spirit does the same with her own body. Except instead of vanishing with the flames, almost takes on a sheen as Valentina steps back. And then says, "I'm sorry. I didn't let anyone know I made it out." And Sophie looks at her and holds up a spectral hand to her cheek. "I just needed to know you were okay." And then she turns and looks at you. "New owners, eh?"
Yep.
That's all right with you.
I don't see any problems. As long as you understand the basic rules of the rooms above. Those are still mine.
In
see.
what way?
I think she's saying that she's defending the girls.
Well-
If we disrespect them, she's going to set us on fire.
Yep.
And then we're going to lose the bar because she has become malevolent.
Is she gonna answer?
Well, I assume that you intend to reopen the brothel above.
Possibly.
We look at Miss Hatchet.
Only if you intend to run it.
None of you look like you have the faintest clue how to do such business. So if you need me, I'll be upstairs. And then she
Outstanding.
glides up the stairs to the brothel above.
Whew.
Are we gonna have to pay her?
The camera from that moment on that line pans back out and passes Silas as he continues to work his paperwork, which he's signing off with Miss Hatchet, and then goes through a time lapse as the building is rebuilt and reopened, and fades into a night scene as the tap room is full of patrons. Some are slipping into a not so secret hatch in the back to a relatively cramped cellar after handing a bag of coins and a few folded banknotes before going below as Miss Hatchet begins to take money, turns to Adele, Adelina nods, Adelina cracks her knuckles and follows them down.
Ding ding.
There's a workshop that's still functioning. Lorelei is currently telling a story next to the fire, with Volo periodically attempting to make corrections. And a ghost stands on the stairwell watching approvingly.
Aww.
Which ends episode 3 of our short run through Waterdeep Dragon Heist.
Yay.
Yay!
I don't know if the 5 of us are going to get together again to continue to delve into Dragon Heist, but I do know that if I ever do run it, I'll be picking up at chapter 3, which is where a particular group of adventurers now run this particular tavern and brothel in the Troll Skull Alley region. So if nothing else, I guarantee that in my next time going through here, and probably every time after this, you guys are all part of that story.
Yay!
Yay. That's really exciting.
That was fun. Yay! Good job.
Now I have to read
Yeah.
chapter 4.
I like that a lot. Good job.
I'd love to say that you can download the details of this particular adventure as an add-on to your copy of Waterdeep Dragon Heist off my Patreon, but I haven't written it yet, and I don't have a Patreon yet. But I have Summer, and I do intend to do that because...
Yeah!
Well,
Do the thing.
Does he, though? Does he really have plot armor? He really never was, he got attacked. He just got missed.
I mean, I was paying attention. Nobody really got hit during that fight.
He never did.
We got lucky. We didn't lose a single point of damage. We were just like,
Squish.
I managed...
squish.
well, I was going to say... I was about to say, I managed to go through this entire adventure without casting a spell, but that's not true.
No.
I did do that one inflict wounds back in the dungeon.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
there was a few people who died.
I mean,
I did not expect that. I had planned to off the 2 of them in rapid succession to random death traps. I did not expect the guy to survive the first one. I was not ready for that. I'm like, oh yeah, this is where the first guy's going to die, and then I'm going to kill the second one this other gruesome way a few minutes later. And it's like, oh crap. How did she do that?
Sorry.
That was good timing.
Yeah, it worked really well. I had a
Yeah.
blast with it.
I mean, that's really the best way to do those traps is you still get to see how they work, but then you don't have to die to them.
And in particular, I can tell you guys where I got it, because I love sharing this stuff. Where was it? Was it on page 2? Nope, there it is. Grimtooth. Somebody did scan the.
I knew it was Grimtooth. God, that's despicable.
They're
I am
terrible.
going to say one thing.
Yeah?
Though, just because blowing chalk dust into the rings wouldn't have revealed a light source, the way that the hallway is set up, I probably would have noticed that, oh, why is it floating down all of a sudden? Or that there's...
It didn't flip until
until Ezekiel stepped through.
Yeah.
It needed a wait.
It flipped on its own. I thought this was a thing that it was just a giant mirror or something.
No.
Yeah, it wasn't weird.
No, the whole hallway
gravity or
swings
whatever.
down.
Oh, okay.
It has a mechanism that swings it.
Yep. Now, granted, most of the stuff in here is so wrong. If you actually use it in your campaign, you're a sick individual. But I thought I found a really good one. I'm like, oh, this will be fun. And the process, you all were like, wait, spikes at the end of the hallway? Okay, obviously it's a trap, but how does it work?
Yeah.
Those are the best traps.
And I guess
Or-
Lillian still never figured it out.
Sadly, no.
Oh boy. Now she's gonna want to go back down there and find it and figure it out.
Oh no, I mean she never realized she thinks she knows how it works. But now she's repairing broken armor repairing armor that Adelina keeps breaking in the fighting ring, so that's completely gone. Also, she spent all that time rebuilding the bar.
Well, actually, no, none of you were allowed to. You had to hire
Follow.
you had people you had to hire for that. Oh yeah, there's a lot of. We cut through the what would have been the fourth adventure, which is just watching you all navigate the red tape necessary to build a bar.
I do have a special permit to build these things. I am a licensed contractor. I assume that's what a clan crafter is. Essentially, I have the badge. I have the tools to show that I was trained by the dwarves.
You can
Like there was
make
a
how to craft.
montage of all of the bullshit that we had to go through. And then like it just like cuts to Hatchet and she's like buried in paperwork and like yet another bureaucrat comes in and she says, "What do we have to pay for now?"
You have a badge that lets you make, artificer stuff. But you can't put drywall up. That's a totally different guild.
Oh my god.
It doesn't. It doesn't matter.
That hurts me in house renovations. Just like
Fine, I could have done the structure. The structure needed to be replaced.
No.
The drywall guild.
That's the carpentry guild.
That's the and the load bearing struts guild.
you should see the list of Waterdeep guilds. It is actually ridiculous.
Rob has not been making this stuff up. It's kind of glorious, actually.
I know you're not. I'm just
Whew.
Well, I'll make sure to pay my fee to the
I mean, it says basically
my
right here,
guild.
as well respected as
join
clan
the-
crafters are from outsiders.
Waterdeep's kind of a special case
It is.
because it's
There's a lot of red tape in Waterdeep.
It's interesting because I think part of it is Waterdeep. When they write Waterdeep, they get into that. How do we justify the number of people living here? And one of the easiest ways is give them all jobs in middle management.
Okay,
Wow.
here's what I'm going to say then. At night, when all the workers have gone home, Lillian sneaks in there
No.
and fixes the mistakes that they did.
Well, actually, no. You can do that. You can do that.
That's a whole different guild. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
So what have we got coming up this week? Does anyone have anything fun that we should be shouting out or interesting streams that you're going to be on or produce? If we want to do a round table starting, let's go backwards with third tier. What's coming up on your schedule this week?
This Friday is another podcast with Enceladiosaurus, Jess, also known as Myrrh, who is in the Candlekeep campaign, currently on break as she is in the process of moving to Sweden. This may or may not be the last podcast that we do with her, but this is a podcast in which we discussed anything and everything. Gets very political. If you're into that kind of thing, we start at 6 p.m. Central Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Time.
Cool. And then coming around, Danae, you got some fun stuff coming up?
Yeah, I do. I'm going to be running Rime of the Frost Maiden over on the Indoor Adventure stream. We're doing an all-guest game. We've been having guests on every now and then to play with our main group, and this week we're going to be having all of the guests on all at once, going through an adventure together. And it's a crazy cast of characters. There's a hobgoblin who's actually just Frosty the Snowman, who has like a top hat that brought her to life. She used to be a snowman. There's a guy named Box of Rocks who was raised by Yetis. Yeah,
Yeah, sounds fun.
It's crazy. They're all a bunch of really fun guys. But yeah, that'll be on Sunday on the Indoor Adventure stream.
Cool. I linked that because your stuff has been coming up as the evening's gone on. But I did just shout out Indoor Adventures, which if you're not following, you absolutely should, because you will get to see Danae Keener over there a lot. So you get to see Wings doing all kinds of fun stuff. Plus, he just makes amazing content, and I cannot shout him out adequately because of how much I've kind of lurked on his stream and quietly taken notes, and then lurked some more and quietly taken notes. So I love to give him credit for all of that stuff. Momo, what's going up in your world?
Not much. I stream on Thursday and Friday. On Friday, I'm going to be playing Hop Legs, which is an indie game done by a Twitch streamer that both Third Tier and I follow, and I'll be giving away some Hop Leg stickers and stuff like that. So it's kind of like a little small promo thing for another fellow game dev I want to do.
If you want to know the streamer's name, it's Anderson Kev with
Yeah, let me give. Yeah, Anderson Kev is the developer of Hop Legs.
I can do the shout out.
Yeah,
you got it.
Third's got mod rights. He can do shout outs too. Cool.
So yeah, that's on the agenda for me.
That sounds like fun. And Liz, you've got something coming up in 2 weeks, right?
Oh,
If we want to maybe see you do something, we don't have to go too far, right?
Well, I don't know if that's being streamed or not, but yeah, Irish Dance Nationals is in 2 weeks. So
Nice.
my daughter Megan and I will be flying down to Phoenix, where I hear it's 118 degrees.
Oh no.
But fortunately, we'll be indoors competing in Irish Dance North American Championships.
Ooh, exciting.
And I just heard from the new entertainment director of the Red Wings about Motor City dancing at their Irish Night. Irish Heritage Night with the Red Wings is a thing that's going to look like it's going to happen this year. So I'm pretty excited about that. We don't have a date for that yet. They're going to notify us when they get their schedule finalized. And our summer camps are starting. So we have summer camps for kids, elementary school, middle school, high school, and the kids get 4 to 5 days of like summer camp to try out Irish dance. And the adults, we just did a 1-day adult thing. So if anybody wants to try it out, we got a 1-day adult dance camp.
And you don't have to be present, right? You can zoom into that.
I believe so. I think everything has been on Zoom or in person as you choose. So that's Motor City Irish Dance. You can check that out if you're interested in that.
Awesome. And then for me, I'm my next D&D game will be on Sunday night, where we're hopefully going to be returning to Curse of Strahd and continuing to work our way through that adventure, which has been a hoot and a half. We took last week off for Father's Day. We might be taking the following week off for 4th of July, so we'll have to kind of see what happens, or we might move it around. And then next Wednesday, we're back, and Celadsaurus and Linarius and Barely Molly and Tiffany are all going to be back for some Candlekeep stuff. So we are going to keep talking, the 5 of us, to see if we are going to try to maybe do another 3 or 4 week run of this group, because gosh, I want to see what more happens. And I know I am looking at maybe starting a full-time 3rd game in the coming weeks. So keep your ears open. I probably will also be doing bonus streams this week because a bunch of games are dropping, and Mrs. Noir is going out of town, and that just means I have a lot of time to sit. So I figure, well, why not stream? So always check in if you want to and see what happens. Otherwise, I'll see you on Sunday for Curse of Strahd. I'm going to send you guys off. I have a lot of choices about where we're going to go. And I think, given the D&D-esque content and the fact that it just dropped this week, I'm going to throw you guys at the Reluctant Hermit, because he is actively playing the new D&D game that came out this week. The Dungeons and Dragons Dark Alliance has just dropped. I played it yesterday. I did not hate it. So you can get some more D&D content over there and get his take on it. I'll probably lurk for a while once I'm done with my debrief with my players. So give him a shout on my behalf. And thank you for coming by tonight. It was a load of fun. Hopefully we had a good time. Nobody seemed to
Great
freak
time.
out too much. And you got a bar. You get to tell people your characters own a bar in Waterdeep.
Perfect. It's awesome.
Which is
And we're
fun.
still 75% better than that one group.
Oh,
God.
too soon. Too soon. Too soon.
Still too soon. Still too soon. On that note, I'm gonna put the sign off screen and let the raid finish its rundown, and we'll see everybody next time. Until then, if you can, get in line and get vaxxed up. If you don't want to get vaxxed up, please mask up. If you don't want to do either, please at least keep backing up until we're through this. We are at the end. We're almost done. I can't wait to see all of you in person. Gen Con 2022. Let's make it happen, folks. I'll see you there.